Okay, welcome everyone to Keto King's Beer and Barbecue Banter. I am your host, James P. Madonna, and I am here with, hold on, I'm here with BC Beer Reviews up in Michigan and Thomas Metal 75 in southeastern Massachusetts.
England.
Yeah, New England, right. Well, New England is made up of southern New England and northern. You got Rhode Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts, and you got New Hampshire, Maine, and Vermont. That's called northern New England. Now, let me go to the other one because we're all. When I do the big face, that makes Ronnie Simpson very nervous. You know, this is the big facha, as they say at the time. This is the big face. He gets nervous. He says, "Oh, go to the other one." So when I have three people, I got to go to this one. You see, two people is you can do the big face. Oh, look who's here! The one and only, the greatest gastroenterologist in the Intergalactic Federation. Fart Doctor is here. Greetings, Fart Doctor. Greetings.
Cool. Greetings, Fart Doctor.
Greetings, Fart Doctor.
Hola, you flatulence king.
Now, BC Beer Review, he paid attention. Now, this is important in the culinary arts. Don't always believe the cooking instructions that you may read or hear on YouTube. Like, for instance, it told him that a 6-pound chicken will take 2.5 hours in his smoker grill. Hold on. Let me get my baguette going there. Look at the pectorals on that. Look at the breasts. Look at the chill.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
What a pair of jugs on this rooster.
He's paying attention.
So anyway, 2.5 hours. No, it was done lickety split. So we missed the smoke. Now he put some chips on because we're going to see the smoke. Ooh.
Yeah, let's see if I can get the camera here.
Let me get a bird's eye. All right, yeah, let me see the grill.
Okay, there's the grill. I don't know if you can see it, but there's the grill.
Oh.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay.
And you threw some chips on there, and
yeah, I can see some smoke coming off of it.
Yes, I see some smoke coming off of it. Yes, I do.
Oh, it fell over.
Yep.
Oh.
That's the 6-pound. That's what's left of the 6-pound chicken.
Yep, this is it.
There you go.
Oh, that looks like a Cornish hen to me.
Well, it looks bigger in real life than it does on camera.
Oh, okay.
So,
what? All right.
You mean except for porno movies, they look bigger on camera than probably
in real life.
Or maybe they're bigger anyway. Now let's take a look at that fly.
All right, I went to a local barbecue establishment, and they make fried chicken that I've never had. So I got an 8-piece in the bucket, 2 sides, collard greens, which are okay. They're a little wet and sweet, so they're not the greatest. And some potato salad, 2 things of corn. I don't know if I'm going to eat this. Cornbread.
Oh, that looks like a place I would love. Wet.
Very wet, the color green.
Yeah.
Very wet.
Yeah,
And 8 piece.
wet
8
and
piece
sweet.
chicken.
Wet and sweet is right up my alley. That's just what the
You would
duck.
love that. Here
Wet.
you go.
Oh, look at that breast. Look at that breast.
Yeah, man.
Look at that beauty. Is that crispy and spicy, or just crispy?
Let's
Or
take a look. Ooh, I pulled some of that. Oh, that's a lot of bone. Hold on. Oh, here you go. Here's
that's
here's sort of kind of the interior. Can you
what
see
she
the? No, you
said.
cannot see this.
That's
Hold
what
on, the interior.
That's what she said. A lot of bone. It's a lot of bone.
All right, let's give it a taste test, shall we?
Yeah, let me know if it's dry or juicy.
Hmm.
Dry or juicy.
It's very juicy. It's got a little bit of a crispiness to it, and it's really nicely seasoned with some, I think, black pepper and a little bit of cayenne. I'm detecting in that. Not super crispy, but it does have a crunch to it, and it is fairly moist. There's not dry. It's not forming in like a cake in the top of my mouth, and so pretty good stuff.
That's the beauty of deep frying, like a deep fried turkey. You know how
Yeah.
dry turkey breast gets, but if you do it Louisiana style deep fry, I hear it's wonderful. I've never had it, but
Nope.
I hear it's really wonderful. And but you don't put a frozen turkey into your outdoor.
No, you'll explode. You'll explode that turkey. Overflow.
Now,
Don't do it on your patio. No.
on your deck. Oh, forget about it.
No.
No, put that deep fryer far away from your home.
Little Coca-Cola for now.
Is this the original Coca-Cola with the cocaine in it?
No, it's not that original. I guess it's not really the original, is it?
Jason Cleveland, greetings, my friend, greetings. Happy Sunday. Yes, Feliz Domingo, as they say in Spanish. Feliz Domingo.
They're getting rid of the Chief Wahoo logo there. No more in Cleveland.
Yeah, they're gonna call them the Cleveland Capons. Oh, I'm getting that blowback of that echo.
We are getting echo.
Like I did with Ronald, not Ronald. What's his name? Paul Mantia. Yeah. So anyway, would you get some collard greens as a side dish and cornbread?
It came with cornbread, and you got to pick your two sides. Let me show you that. Take a little bite. It's a nice packaging. You can save that later. All right. Here's a little bit of the collard greens.
Oh,
it's very wet. Very wet.
Very wet, and I don't know why I don't see any collars. Anything that looks like a collar. So I don't know why they call it collard greens. But they're in the cabbage family, like kale, mustard greens, turnip. They're in the cabbage family, bok choy, Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, mustard greens. If you ever had mustard greens, this is this is almost identical.
Cauliflower, even though my relatives used to call it cauliflower.
It's got a little bit. You can't even see that. I don't know if that's bacon or it's a little bit of spam in there.
Well, they always put a little bit of hog in any southern style recipe. There's a little hog in it.
Yeah. I think this would be up your alley. This is the second time I've had the collard greens, and it definitely is. I'm not sure exactly what they're using. If there might be a touch of brown sugar, I don't know, but there's definitely a sweet level to it that's not my favorite aspect about it. But if again the sweetness and mixed with how wet the collard greens are, if some of that was reduced a little bit, it probably would be a better product to me. But the potato salad, yeah, that's money, right on. Yeah, I get potato salad with your butter.
Oh, I love me some potato salad. I wish I would have picked some up.
You know what potato salad I like? Egg, the yellow egg potato salad. I love that.
The mustard potato salad.
Yeah, no, there's egg yolk in there. My sister makes a good homemade.
We're getting echo, BC.
Okay, well, let me show you what I got first, and I'll mute my mic. All right, since I already showed my burger, I ended up getting coleslaw, and I did some pork and beans. Here we go.
Nice.
Or beans and pork. I like the Boston baked beans with the brown sugar and the fat and the pork belly. Oh, smashed potatoes. You got smashed potatoes.
Oh yeah.
So that's strange, BC. We didn't hear that from you, unless we never heard that from you ever. You know the echo back. That's strange.
Yeah, it must be a strange day today. Yeah.
You know the internet is strange, especially when they use our personal information and sell it to other companies. You hear that, you hawk-nosed Zuckerberg?
You go on those websites and you accept all cookies, right? All these cookies are taking some of your information, and that's how you're getting these ads directed towards you, these sponsored ads on social media.
And they're very pushy about the cookies. It's sometimes it's hard to close that out. That page. It really.
Those aren't the cookies I know and love. Hell no.
No, well, I'm glad you mentioned cookies because it kind of goes with food. So even though it's not the same cookies, but
I did it all for the cookies. Right.
I told the manager at a McDonald's. Well, mind you, I met friends and had coffee there.
I get the reference that you made. It's not all about the cookies.
And ice cream sundae. And I won't eat the toxic food because they use, as Jamie Oliver explained in videos, pink slime for their hamburgers.
Oh, what?
Which is pate meat byproducts with a touch of ammonia in there to disinfect it.
A touch of what? Wow.
A touch of ammonia. But anyway, I told the manager, I says, I know what would sell here.
Real food.
You're selling these big jumbo cookies. Why don't McDonald's make them in the shape of the Hamburglar and call them crookies?
Oh my God, no. Phenomenon.
That was funny, right?
Mustard barbecue sauce.
Oh, honey mustard. Hold on, let me get a look.
I think it's mustard. I think this is mustard and garlic.
Mr. Mustard.
It smells very mustard seed-like. It has smokiness to it, and it's got a nice garlicky kick. I like that on their pulled chicken. They do chopped pulled chicken. That's pretty good.
Barbecue pulled chicken. Now, garlicky was that invented by Ronald Terrio's friend?
David Garlicky?
No, I don't know. Garlicky? Oh, it's Garlicky.
Damn, we love you, David. We hope you're well down there.
I thought his name was Garlicky. Oh, it's Garlicky.
No, I think it's Garlipede. David Garlicky? No. All right.
David Garlicky.
What is our good buddy James P. Madonna chowing down on today?
Okay. Now, I didn't make any plans per se. Last night I had a whole heap and helping of the Chinese takeout barbecue spare ribs with some hot and spicy poke fried rice.
Nice.
And I have some extra. BC's getting a kick out. I had some extra
pork fried rice.
Pork fried rice. I have some extra. Wouldn't that be funny if they said we are special of the day is poke fried rice, and they actually had lice, dehydrated lice from people's hair from China, imported, and they stir fried it. Wouldn't that be funny? You know, this show is really letting me. I don't know what it's doing, but it's definitely stimulating some poisonality here. But anyway,
stimulating that stuff. Okay, good.
Poisonality.
You know, it really brings out something with me when I'm starting to smoke a chicken, man. You know, I don't know about you guys, but when I start smoking something, oh my God, it's great, man. I'm telling you, chicken, burgers, pork loin, ribs, you name it, it's great.
There is nothing like the aroma of
beer can chicken,
real barbecued meat on a smoker.
Hell yeah!
the aromatic vapors of all that smoke. And speaking of smoke,
You gotta use either some butter or some, I don't know, canola oil maybe. You rub down that chicken real nicely with that, and then you put all your seasonings in it, and then you put that bad boy on the smoker.
I got my last Von Trappy lager, my last Von Trappy Oktoberfest.
Von Trappy.
I got 4 or 5 of these in the freezer, and I got my glass, so I'm all set. You jabronis out there that don't think of this, learn.
I never thought of that. That's cool.
Learn. Ow, I hurt.
Well, I mean, some beer styles you don't want like super duper cold like that, but Oktoberfest, yes, sir. You're like the Swedish chef over there. Oh,
I went like this too hard. But anyway, what were you saying? What?
The Swedish chef from the Muppets. You look like the Swedish chef over there.
Swedish. I never saw. Does he make a Swedish meatballs? Yumpin Yimini.
No, he's always speaking of chickens, he always has a chicken around. He's always trying to cut the chicken's head off, and the chicken's off. He's always running after the chicken with a meat cleaver. It's kind of weird.
You know what I feel sad about? Well, I'm glad that Indonesia has an annual chicken festival with a parade with big rooster floats to honor the chicken. Because let me tell you, the chicken is the most abused, exploited, unappreciated creature on the face of the earth, and most loved. Probably the most loved.
So are you saying they're a bunch of cocks?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me bring the golden crotch. The golden cock up.
I'm going to save this people.
Yeah, I'm going to toast the chicken. After hundreds of thousands of years, the closest member of the Velociraptor, the dinosaur family, which is true. This is actually true. And I am going to toast the chicken for all the pleasure it has brought us with their short, unfortunate demise, their short lifespan.
Cheers.
Cheers to the chicken.
Cheers to chicken.
With my last...
Cheers, James. And cheers to the cock.
Cheers to the cock. That's right. My last Von Trapp Oktoberfest lager. Before I get more, because it's great. Actually, the company, I really like this company, Von Trapp of Vermont. So to the chicken,
Bagak.
If I raise fighting roosters someday, I will call it the Bagak Ranch because that's the sound that chickens make. Bagak. So we were talking about now. What about? Is there a difference, Eric, between ketchup and catsup? Like when I was a kid, some bottles said ketchup and some bottles said catsup.
I don't know if it's a region. I don't know. It might be a regional thing across this country. How you pronounce these things? So I don't think there's any difference really. Must just be regional.
Probably
well, let me put it to you like this: what do you guys? Do you call pop or a soda pop or a soda?
Soda.
Soda. Well, look at the hero sandwich, BC. Some people call them grinders. Some people call them hoagies.
Well, that's not getting it because up here we call them pop. Other people call them sodas.
Soda. So I would say soda pop. And what's the other one? Submarine sandwich. Everybody has a different name for the same friggin' bread, which to me looks like a French baguette.
Pretty much.
A French baguette is also a name for a schlong, a French schlong, a baguette. You know, this is what kills me about social media. This is probably the most fun themed show that I really have ever been on or hosted. And all of a sudden it got like quiet. It was off to a strong start. Now here's an opportunity for everybody to tell stories and crack jokes and talk about good food and beer.
Right.
And it just got quiet. You know, it's like, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't.
Well, I'm trying to keep that echo effect down to a minimum. So
I don't hear the. Oh, I do.
Oh, you don't hear that though? Okay,
Well,
so
I do. It's very minimal.
okay, let me switch over to my data. Let's see how that works.
And Michael Hilton, where are you? Did you block me again on every time I send the man a video to watch or something, he blocks me.
Weird.
So I can't instant message him at all.
Well, you know, that's the thing. I think he's trying to shut us out. I mean, I'm talking like you and I. And because he generally goes live like at like 3 a.m. now.
He didn't.
My time.
You know
Yeah.
what you know who he goes live with? Drewski Brewski.
Drewski Brewski?
Boy.
Yeah, so he's shutting us out. He's shutting us out, and he's decided that he wants Drewski Brewski to be his co-host, maybe because we have too much pizzazz and charisma, and we're super dynamic. So he wants somebody that's much lower on the evolutionary chain than he is.
Yeah. Well, hey, all I gotta say, hey, it's his loss. We could have boosted his show, but that's his channel. He'll work it the way he wants.
If he's that insecure, I really feel bad for his how he has to live with himself. If he can't surround himself with quality people, and he shuts us out, which he did, because now he's going live at 3 a.m., which means he doesn't have the job anymore.
Yeah, and generally, if you're going live at 3 a.m., it means you're coming home from the bars, usually. Now, 3 a.m. is my time when I see him. Now, it might be 1 or 2 a.m. where he's at. So, you know he's coming home from the bars at that point.
Oh, wait a minute. You're a smart cookie there, BC. If he's doing his live shows at 3 a.m. with Drewski, then that means he's coming home, you're right, after closing time from the bars.
Yep.
And he's doing his show then, so because he knows we're going to be. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Just a glass one.
Hey, look at that.
I'm going to put the actual beer in there. Oh, boy.
Oh, God. You're desecrating the Von Trapp glass.
Wow. Goes good with fried chicken.
Well, I'm not going to
Well, I think any beer goes with any kind of beer, or any beer goes with any kind of chicken. So
chicken can be made so many different ways when you think about it. I mean,
yeah, it can. I mean, you got your smoked chicken, you got your fried chicken, you got your chicken Alfredo, you got your I don't know, kebab chicken. Yeah, and
chicken,
whatever. I mean, the options are limitless.
Chicken marsala is very good, by the way.
Chicken tikka marsala.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't eat veal because I don't believe in the cruelty of how of taking a calf and putting it in a little cage, so it can't move around, and then killing it before its first year on Earth.
It's almost kind of like, dare I should say, almost like an abortion. Yeah. Or is that an adoption?
Adoption.
It's an adoption. They say milk-fed veal. That means it hasn't been weaned off of milk onto grass-fed.
Yeah, so it got off of mother's milk. Yeah.
Yeah, and so which means it's an abortion after it's born.
Yeah,
and saying that we want to be very tender and looking at us while we cut your throat. So anyway,
you know how cold you got to be to cut a throat of somebody or something that's like under a year old. I mean, that's pretty heartless, man.
Well, look at people in the old country. They walk up to a farm animal and say, "Oh, I think this one looks meaty," and they sever the jugular vein or whatever, and they bleed it out. I could never dispatch a farm animal from meat. I mean,
I could to a certain degree, depending on how old it is. Now, if you're talking like your regular steaks, like your T-bone, your ribeye, or what have you, okay, fine. A lot of that time, they're pretty much grown to maturity at that point. Okay, no big deal. But, I mean, I can't count how many times I've had veal on one hand. And that's real veal. And I can't even get up to 5, let alone 3. So, I mean, it's just one of them things.
Well, you
It's
like
like the chicken.
You like veal.
So, I mean,
you don't want to see them. You don't want to hear them squeal.
Yeah.
That's the real.
It's like
deal.
this meme I've seen where it's like,
Joe
You want to hear him squeal, dude?
Joe Biden is
oh,
trying
God.
to grind. He's trying to grind. He's trying to sniff Eric from behind. There he is. Oh, he's grinding. He's grinding you from behind, Eric.
Yeah. Watch out for that, Roger.
Now, getting back to boiling things. Listen, as a rule of thumb, forget about the instructions. Any dumpling, pasta, anything made of dough. As soon as it floats to the surface of the boiling pot, the boiling water, it's done. Strain it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, especially thin noodles, angel hair of any kind, like salmon, vermicelli, whatever. Any
Spaghetti.
type of noodle. Yeah, well, linguine customers. Gee, I wonder
Now, the
why.
only ones you might have to worry about is like masticholi or
No, rigatoni is thick.
yeah.
Rigatoni takes longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, rigati, penne takes a bit longer. But it still applies. Once it floats,
It's done, yeah.
strain it right away.
Yeah, it's like when you're frying foods, generally if it floats, it's done as well. So
Now, does rigatoni mean rigor mortis in Italian? Is the name
Rigor mortis.
for the sake of the show, yes.
Like,
but realistically, I have no idea.
It's like I never knew what mortadella was. It looks like bologna with fat in it, and peppercorns. Mortadella. Morta means dead.
Yeah. The one thing that always killed me was head cheese. I've never had it, so it always looked gross to me. With that gelatin and all that meat and whatnot.
I won't eat supermarket. Yeah, I used to get it from the Polish market where they smoke kielbasa on the premises. And
That's the Swedish chef there. There you go.
Yeah, there he is. Swedish chef. He doesn't look Swedish to me, though.
Wait till he starts talking, you'll see. Yeah.
Well, with that cleaver in his hand, he can say anything he wants.
Yeah.
So once it floats to the top, strain it immediately. Pasta and seafood is like cooking eggs. You can't really venture too far from the stove.
Yeah, you got to be right on top of it. Yeah,
you got to stick around. Here, Eric is he took over from LeVay, the Church of Satan. What's his name?
He took over Hades.
Now, speaking of smoke. Eric showed me his Cabernet single malt Scotch whiskey from the island of Scott, and it had a prominent smoked peat.
Yes.
Flavor and aroma. I don't know why I'm getting that.
We're getting a lot of action.
Yeah, BC, do you have anything else on?
You have the show open in the background on YouTube.
Yeah, maybe you got.
No, I don't. Everything's shut off. It's just the phone that I've got right now.
That's weird.
The only thing that's running is the AC.
Maybe that's what
I doubt it.
Paul had last night. It's his Wi-Fi or his phone.
It's like the microphone is so hot that it's picking up immediately afterwards.
Yeah, because I turned off my Wi-Fi and you started using my data. So, I mean, let me switch back over to my Wi-Fi. Let's see if that does the trick.
Microphone is just got a lot of
Switch over to Wi-Fi.
picking up a lot.
Now I'm going to show my pride and joys.
Uh-oh.
No, they're not women. They're
not those pride and joys.
They're cooking. They're culinary pride and joys.
Okay.
Now you've probably seen this before. This is my Korean stovetop grill, and I've had it for more than several years. Not a chip or a scratch in sight. Okay. You put water in the bottom. Hold on. Let me give people a bird's eye view. You put water in the bottom. You know, and all the fat drips down because it's slightly concave. Oh, it got worse. Oh yeah. Anyway, and you can see the fat drips down the holes, and no oil. Any meat I put in this, no oil, never sticks. And made in Korea, so whatever this composite is, this non-stick composite, is unbelievably fantastic. Now I'm going to show the second pride and joy. I found this at a store called National Wholesale Liquidators. Cast iron, griddle, and grill. Well, I don't really use that part. Griddle and grill, $10. I saw this, and I grabbed it immediately, and they never came back. This is in a regular store. This is about 30 to 40 bucks. They had it for $10. I've had it forever. It's well seasoned. Okay, it fits over 2 jets. Okay, 2 jets. It's great. Sometimes I'll just put one burner on and keep the back burner as a warming tray, so to speak. You know, so I'll put the food in the back, and then let's see what we got here. And then I have real authentic hand hammered wok from China that I got at Amazon Prime. It's called Mama Fong's carbon steel, flat bottom for Western stoves. I mean, you know, Western hemisphere, whatever. And then, of course, I keep it oiled. I got some cold pressed sunflower seed oil in here, and I make popcorn. I do stir fry, and it'll last for generations if you take care of it. The only thing with carbon steel woks and cast iron is you cannot dry it with a towel. It'll get rusty. You have to dry it on the flame of the stove, and that's it. You don't use soap or Brillo pads. You just take an abrasive cleaning device, and you use hot water like they do in the Chinese takeout. Hot water, and dump it, and that's it. Those are my culinary pride
Andrew
and joys. Okay.
I recommended some things in the private chat if we want to try to help BC with some of the echoes.
Yeah.
On his end. You can either one of you can actually control the mic volume level. I'm wondering if
try to control BC's mic on your end, James. See if you can solve the echo issue.
Mm-hmm.
His cam mic, then
there's an actual setting I think you can choose that's called echo cancellation.
Oh, we go in settings and then sound, right?
Yep, or audio or whatever it's called.
Audio, yeah. I will. I wonder if he could see well, of course he could see the private because you did it.
Yep.
All right, so I'll tell him.
Try that.
I'll tell him there are messages that might help the situation. Now, if it works, then that means I could tell Paul about his situation. But his problem, because it's the same thing. I talk, I hear myself. Like as in last
It
night.
might just be that if you're on like a tab. I mean, I was just on a tablet before I jumped back on my computer here, and it sounded just fine. But I think if you're on a tablet or if you're on your cell phone, it's the microphone's right next on those devices, right next to where the audio is coming out. So it's picking it up, right next to the sound source, anyways. So that's probably why it's echoing. I bet you.
Because he has it. He had the professional mic hooked up,
Mm-hmm.
and then he said he wants to hook everything up with the computer. So
You have to do it in a special way with your
yeah, he's
audio.
going to have an expert come and wire him up, so he has like impeccable sound.
I hope he knows how to do that, but maybe
Well,
not.
yeah, well, he doesn't know, but he's going to have. So hopefully, the guy's competent and he's going to do it right.
Yeah.
Everybody, ooh, everybody split. Oh, maybe it's Sunday. Maybe they got families. Maybe they got a wife that's saying,
People watching the
"What are
food.
you doing online on a Sunday? I want to spend quality time with me." You never spend enough time with me on a Sunday. You're online with your friend. You never know. Maybe they're getting nagged. Oh, anything's possible. So BC in the private message section, Eric posted some possible solutions for eliminating the echo. So when you get a chance, take a look at the private messages, and it has something to do with going to settings, sound, and looking for echo cancellation. Echo cancellation.
And you can adjust your actual microphone level right there for StreamYard.
Well, my microphone level is at let's see, 50%, I believe. Well, my speakers are at 50% because I have big old-fashioned computer speakers. I mean, I got the big ones. No
like
little
the 90s all over again.
yeah, my mic. Let me just check here.
Patriots are playing the New York Jets. I think it's 22-6. If anybody cares about
22-6 Patriots.
Yes, and they both have 22-6, and they both have rookie quarterbacks that just got drafted that are playing in the game today, and they are in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
Oh, at the Giants Stadium. Okay.
Yeah, they share that stadium, the Giants and the Jets.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, well, I realize the city doesn't want to, spend the money because the owners definitely don't want to spend the money on a stadium. But
Nina, the Jets quarterback there, Zach Wilson, could definitely use a beer. He's had at least 4 interceptions today.
Yeah.
It's not a great start for the second overall pick in the draft this year.
The Jets, the Meadowlands, yeah. I don't live too far from there. The Jets could play at Citi Field in Queens if they wanted it to be absolutely separated from the Giants.
They wanted to actually be called the New York Jets, right?
Yeah, I mean,
New Jersey Jets. They should just rename that team.
Well, we have the New Jersey Devils hockey team, but they play. They used to play at the Meadowlands Indoor Arena.
Wow.
Well, now it's called the Izod. They keep changing it, but now they play at the Prudential Center in Newark, which is, I think, a mistake because nobody really wants to go to Newark.
No, not really. And then the Brooklyn's got that $1.something billion indoor arena there.
No, I'm not a Jets fan.
That thing's crazy. The Barclays Center or something.
Yeah, the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. I mean, hey, they could bring. I would bring the Islanders to the Barclays Center, and I think it'll be better for the Islanders. As far as maximizing the ticket sales, I think it would be better for them It's I guess the big cities have two teams because they can because of the population.
Mm-hmm.
Los Angeles, Chicago, and the New York area. Chicago's got two baseball teams. So on.
Florida's got a couple of.
Yeah.
Florida's got like 4 football teams or something.
IKEA is in Elizabeth, New Jersey. I think it's called the Jersey Gardens Mall. It's either Elizabeth. I think it's Elizabeth off I-95. I am about with no traffic, about 20 minutes north.
Nice.
About 20 minutes north of that area, and the Meadowlands, probably with no traffic, 15 minutes east.
Not bad.
East.
You better have a map when you go into IKEA because you could get lost.
Yeah, you're gonna have to use Waze. You need a GPS. Yeah, IKEA is big, but everything, the furniture is kind of boring to me. It's like very like plain, like and it's expensive too. I mean, well, anything that's real wood, real solid wood is not going to be cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a family heirloom that I knock on right here. It was built by my late Uncle Phil when he was a kid in high school. He made it for my grandmother. I think it was sometime in the 1940s or something. I don't know. And it's a strong bench with storage underneath, but it's solid wood. It's not light, and to me, it's the only family heirloom that has any sentimental value because I grew up with this in the hallway. The home I grew up in as a kid, this was in the hallway.
Yeah.
So I grabbed it, So it's right here. My keyboard is on it.
Nice.
The beer is on it. Get down on it. Get down on it if you really want it. Get down on it. Do, 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 do.
BC, come back, BC. Hope we
Yeah, BC. Maybe BC is trying to solve the echo problem. Yeah, I mean, see now like I said to BC, next time, not to believe any written cooking directions where it tells you how long it has to take.
Was it just the recipe that he found on like YouTube or?
They told him that a chicken his size. I mean, not that the chicken is BC size. I mean, the chicken, 6-pound chicken, was going to take 2.5 hours on his smoker grill. Now, much faster. So I told him to start the meat like 10 or 15 minutes before the show. Actually, even if he started it a few minutes before the show, the good thing about it is that he could be outside, couple extension cords, plug his phone into that, and everybody will see the glory of the smoker grill just gushing smoke out, and he can show the meat every now and then. Don't believe the instructions. They're full of shit.
Yeah.
They're
There he is.
Crap. Hello.
Okay, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah. Hold on. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
I'm not getting the echo back anymore.
Yeah, we fixed him up real.
My rigs that I've got that I use for recording videos.
Yeah.
And it has like a microphone hooked up to it. So I plugged in the microphone to see if that would work. And apparently it is. So, hey, here we go with no echo effect and me not mute my mic in between the times that I talk. Yeah. So.
Wait a minute. So, in other words, the cure was that you had an extra mic turned on?
No. Okay, see, I was solely using my phone. And I think it was what Eric was saying, where the microphone was next to the speaker and it was getting the echo effect. So what I did was I've got a rig where I could hook up a microphone and it's not next to the audio that's coming out. So it's keeping both separate, and we're not getting that echo effect. So I hooked up the mic, and it's keeping it separate from the audio that's coming out.
Well, my speaker is about, okay, I'm using a Logitech webcam with built-in microphone, and it is about maybe 3 feet away from the speaker. So the speaker is down over here. It's a big speaker. It's down over here, and the webcam is all the way up on top of my monitor. So I'd say approximately maybe about 3 feet away from each other. So I guess.
Well, I think the webcam and the audio is two different things. But if you've got like the same speaker that you're talking into and hearing from, or the mic and speaker are close together, that's what's making the problem.
Right.
So
actually in my case, it does play a factor because the microphone that I have, in effect, in operation, is in the webcam. See, the webcam, it has the built-in microphone, and that's what I'm using. The Logitech high definition webcam is in the mic.
There you
go. So let me see.
We're working now. Everything's good now.
Yeah, everything's cool. So
no, I want to learn as much from his solutions so I could pass it on to other people in case this occurs. Of course, it occurred with Paul Mantia last night, so now I can pass it on. It's really annoying. Every word you say, it echoes back.
I'm sure every other word was "what the motherfuck, fuck."
No, it's really driving me bonkers.
Fuck. It was like watching the Jay and Silent Bob skit. Yeah.
Fuck, motherfucker. No, I don't know.
Right. Do me a favor, guys. Could you guys banter with each other while I put the cooking utensils back that I showed?
Sure.
Yeah, we can do that for you, James. Yeah, we got you.
I don't know if anybody wants to hear about Miller Lite for the 87,000th time on YouTube. What are you drinking, BC?
Today, I started to go. I figured I might as well just keep it going. Since I started cooking chicken with a 200 ale, that's what I'm drinking now is a 200 ale. So it kind of keeps that theme going throughout the whole thing. So, yeah, because initially I was going to go with a Miller High Life to see how that goes. But you know what? I might as well just stick with what I know and kind of what I mentioned before. Just go with the whole thing. So it was the 200L about Bell's Beers, and it's pretty good. I already chopped up the chicken in half, just like if you get like what is that? Barbecue places. Sometimes they'll sell you a half a chicken with coleslaw and baked beans.
Damn.
That's what I got is a half a chicken with coleslaw and baked beans.
Nice.
So
can't go wrong.
I mean, I know James knows. He's seen me cooking or smoking pork loin. And it was like, oh my goodness. Sometimes I'll butterfly that pork loin and put in either cornbread with onions and mushrooms, or I'll flip it on them and then throw in some spinach with mushrooms, onions, and garlic with a little bit of salt and pepper. And then smoke that till about 150. Oh my God, you haven't lived until you had a pork loin like that, man. For real.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right on.
Yep. So today's turned out to be a pretty good Sunday. I mean, we've all, what did James make? Did he ever say what he made?
No, I don't know what he said he was cooking. He said something about Chinese food or something. That's why they brought out the wok.
Yeah, because we both got chicken of some form, and it was like, I don't think he ever mentioned what he had. He might surprise us and outdo us both.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, today's been a really good day for me. So,
yeah. weather's starting to cool down, but not today or yesterday. It's nice, but it's in Massachusetts, but it's a little on the it's there's a touch of humidity still, so summer is trying to keep going.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Now, see, yesterday it was really cool for us. It was a high of like 77, but it was really windy, so it kept it cool. But it dropped down to like a 55 overnight,
God.
and today it ended up being like a 82 at the very least here, and the wind just stopped almost. Okay, it's like a 2 mile an hour wind, but it's basically stopped. And ooh, yeah. But later in the week, like Wednesday or Thursday for us, it's supposed to be a high of like 67 for the rest of the week. So
bye-bye to summer. I think fall is Wednesday on the calendar.
yeah, and I did some running around earlier today, and I don't know about you guys, but you could just smell fall in the air. And where I'm at, when I was doing some running around, I could smell fall in the air. And it was like, man, it's coming when you can smell fall in the air.
Well, and speaking of autumn, my favorite time of year, I would like to toast. Right now in China, they are having the Mid-Autumn Festival where the specialty is a pastry called moon cakes, and they're very tasty. So, to
Cheers.
Chinese, happy Mid-Autumn Festival. And autumn is my favorite time of year, the most fun holidays, the most fun food, and no more hazy, hot, and humid. And even though I know people that were bashing autumn and saying that they like it hot because then they could drink frozen margaritas, I said, you can drink those fucking things any time of the year, just like you can eat ice cream. Now, you know how these Dairy Queens close for the winter? Screw that. Ice cream can be eaten. Look, if you got heat in your car or in your
house,
your
or
dwelling,
apartment,
whether you live in a fancy condo like some people we know from San Francisco, or whether you live in an apartment or in a house or in a mansion, you got central heat. If you got central heat, you can have ice cream. I scream.
You scream what? What do you scream?
Speaking of ice cream, is it true they're not calling Eskimo pies anymore?
Yeah, I'm fed up with this political correctness bullshit, man. For real. I mean, I'm serious. I mean,
woke.
It's all woke thing.
When is it going to end? Never.
When is it gonna end?
Nothing will never offend. You're never gonna not offend anybody, right?
You know what I think?
There was a time and place where we had shock jocks like Andrew Dice Clay, Sam Kennison, where they talked all kinds of smack or shit just to get a joke, and everybody knew it was a joke. They would laugh at it. Now it's like, nope, that's not funny. Nope, can't do it. No. And I was like, come on, man, come on.
I mean, what's next? What's next? We're not going to be able to call black olives anymore?
No.
No, you got to say
high melanin olives.
Melatonin. Yeah,
no,
high melatonin.
I mean, come on, it's ridiculous.
So if that's the case, what do you call green olives? High yellow.
So what is Irish olives? So what is Ken and Barbie? They're gonna morph into a transgender doll?
Oh Jesus!
Ken and Barbie.
You can't get the boxers off of, or what is that? The briefs off of kids. So is he really carrying what he's showing, or is it just a little bit extra?
Does he have a bulge? Does the Ken doll have a bulge? His action figure?
Yeah, there's like a bulge, but it's like, is it really what we think, or is it something else?
As long as they don't make an action figure of Ron Jeremy, that would be a nightmare.
I'm sure there is one.
Yeah, Ron Jeremy, Ron D. Jeremy rum from Costa Rica, probably made by child labor.
Oh Jesus!
If you ever watch Ghostbusters, the end of Ghostbusters, Ron Jeremy is in it, You've got to
Yep.
look for him, but he's in it. It's kind of like what is it? Teen Wolf. Remember Teen Wolf with Michael J. Fox?
Mhm.
Well, at the end when they start showing the credits, there's a guy in the stand with his bulge out from his jeans. I was like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Come on, man."
Listen, I was. Let me think when it was. Back in the 1980s, I was on a boardwalk with others in, well, we call it today Sleeside Heights, but it's Seaside Heights. That's where they filmed the Jersey Shore reality show.
Oh God.
So yeah, oh God is right. So there was a dude that was swimming in a pair of very thin speedos, and
Oh, banana hammock.
he's walking on the boardwalk in sandals with just the speedos on, and he's got his. You can see his freaking, through the thin material, his pubes. He got his pecker was sticking out. Like a fucking like a figurehead on a ship.
So he should have been working at Chippendales at that point, then, huh?
Yeah, but there's like families walking back and forth.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. He should have been working at Chippendales at that point.
I was waiting for the cops. I was waiting for the Seaside High cops in their little shorts to come over to him and say, "Hey, you." Well, that's how I would say it. "Hey, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. This is indecent exposure. Put a towel around this. What the hell's the matter with you?" They don't say that, but that's what I was saying.
Yeah. You guys ever remember that old skit with Chris Farley and Patrick Swayze where they start doing a dance off and Chris Farley won, but clearly Patrick Swayze was the better dancer, but Chris Farley started working at chubby dancers because he was so big.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me say, I love this show, Reno 911.
There's the short shorts you were talking about.
Yeah, Reno 911. I like the Chinese girl that was in the office. She says, "I gotta go to lunchy. It's time to go lunchy."
Lunchy.
Lunchy. That was a funny ass show. I gotta admit. Look at this guy. He's got the. He even has a bulge.
No, I wasn't looking that intently.
Where's Ronnie Simpson? He would probably look good that uniform, right?
Yikes!
He was busting my chops yesterday. He was trying to be an instigator. Not on the show, because if he was on it, he would try to dominate it. Like he doesn't let you talk.
Right. That's just too much alcohol in one system talking right there. The alcohol's talking.
Oh, you think he becomes motor mouth when he gets intoxicated?
Entirely. It happens to everybody.
You guys talking about me again?
Hell no.
Okay.
Ronnie S doesn't want me to mention his last name, Simpson. Maybe people tell you about Simpson, the last name of Simpson. He says, "My name is Ronnie S."
Sometimes it pays to have one name. Like BC or Seal or Madonna. Something of that sort.
Well, they used to call me Piranha Madonna when I worked for Pro Wrestling.
I'm not going to even ask you to go into the stories about you being Piranha Madonna. I'm sure you got some stories about that.
Yeah, they literally called me that because of the way it sounded. Plus, I reminded them of Piranha for some reason.
Yeah. No, but the point I was trying to get at is like every time Madonna came into town in your area, I don't know, James and Madonna are pretty much gone, man. You can't find them. They're doing something.
I'm not a fan. I'm far from it. I'm not a fan.
Not your sister, Madonna? No.
Not a fan by a long shot. Now, if it was Miley Cyrus with her tongue going sideways and the wrecking ball, yeah, I would come and see her and say that sometimes wrecking balls come in pairs, Miley.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys ever watch the Hodge twins? You ever heard of them? The
I
Hodge
think so.
twins?
Hodge.
Yeah, the Hodge twins. Well, it's like these twin brothers, and they give like advice on dating and whatnot. And I don't know how far I'll go, and you could censor me, and I'll start going freely. So start censoring me now. Well, they start talking about like going balls deep or sugar walls or mushroom tips and whatnot. And it was like, you can only listen to this stuff for so long. And it was like, I don't mind going balls deep, being in sugar walls and mushroom tips and whatnot. But the Hash twins would give these advice on dating. And it was like, I used to watch this like 4 or 5 years ago. And it was like, after a while, you can only take so much of it. It was like, no more, no
Well,
more.
I don't censor people.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't know what you allow and what you don't allow. So
I allow everything.
okay,
Except I don't want to see two guys butt slamming each other.
Hell no.
no, same here. I don't want to see that either.
Or I don't want Ronald Sutton talking about Steubenville, Ohio, and West Virginia for an hour and Ham's beer, but but sugar walls.
Ham beer is okay, but I'm not going to go on for about an hour about it.
Now sugar walls. That was Sheena Easton in the 1980s, right, Eric? No,
the sugar walls is in reference to the vajayjay, if you know what I'm talking about.
I remember a song. I remember. I think it was Sheena Easton that used.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
So sugar
I
walls.
remember Sheena Easton, but I don't remember the song though.
It refers to the vaginal canal that goes.
Okay, so we're talking about the same thing. Yeah.
Walls. It can't be the labia because those are the flaps on the outside.
Oh, the lip.
Those are the trampolines that when you pull them out, which is kind of disgusting. Some women have very large labia that have to be trimmed by a surgeon. There are some with gross hanging labia like a Shar-Pei dog. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
They do have surgery for that. Now the sugar walls would be the going into the vagina on the canal, like on the walls.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Now, if we were on a certain other channel, we would not be talking about this at all whatsoever. And we're talking about, somebody on the West Coast, the West Coast.
West Coast. We don't. Well, we don't. First of all, we're not religious fanatic zealot evangelicals.
Yeah.
That are trying desperately to buy that one-way ticket to the pearly gates, or people that maybe have a guilt trip and they need to make up for what they've done in life.
Yeah.
Things that are kept secret from us, which is not fair because we are super dynamic people with pizzazz and charisma that are the kings of the internet in reality. And we have the right to know everybody's dirt. So if you have skeletons in your closet, we would love you to death if you told us about all your skeletons.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I've got skeletons, but I'll tell you this. I hold nothing back.
I like Skeletor from the He-Man cartoon. I used to watch him. Wait a minute. Thomas Meadow said that chicken's wrecking my insides. I'll be right back. Oh, he ran to the porcelain throne.
Yeah.
The chicken that he bought with the collard greens and cornbread is not agreeing with him. Maybe it's
it was
not
only cooked, maybe
it's not so much chicken. Maybe it's the fact that collard greens are in a cabbage family, and cabbage can be sulfuric
or a laxative. Yeah.
Right. That's what I was trying to say. Gassy. So it might not be Eric, if you hear me, it might not be the chicken, but I hope the chicken was cooked enough. I hope you don't have. I hope you don't have Salvatore Manila.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I love cabbage. You know, it's just like onions. It gives me gas every time.
You know, I used to get gas. I used to get gas from cabbage. Not anymore. Cabbage is actually the king of all vegetables. That whole family. Cauliflower.
Yeah, and you can do a lot with cabbage too. I mean, you see it in sauerkraut. You see it in soups. You see it where have you. It's like cabbage is so versatile. I mean, it's a coleslaw and whatnot. I mean, there's not much you can't do with cabbage. You know, pigs in a blanket or whatever else. I was like, oh my god, it's just one of those things where cabbage is universal. You know.
Yeah. I mean, you give me cauliflower or Brussels sprouts, as long as they're not overcooked, you know, and cabbage too, as long as it's not overcooked. I've stir fried them, and they're fantastic. But then again, anything cooked with oil is going to be tasty.
Yeah, yeah.
Why? Because fat is flavor.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Fat equals flavor, and so does salt. So I mean, I use Himalayan pink salt, or for those that can afford it, you can use bamboo salt. But I like Himalayan pink salt. I get a big 5-pound sack of it, and it's got several hundred trace minerals in it. It's extremely high in mineral content. It's very good for you. And,
Okay, now see, I use regular sea salt from Aldi, and it comes like in a grinder. And a lot of the times, I try to buy it in stock or bulk. So when I'm cooking, maybe a couple of twists from the grinder, you've got some good sea salt there.
Or could you reuse the grinder, or you have to toss it?
You can reuse the grinder if you wanted to. Yeah, you got to twist off the top, but I haven't figured that out yet. Once I get over,
you know what I want to buy? I want to buy one of those really super long wooden grinders, because all the best restaurants, they seem to have these big ass long pepper mills. Where you gotta grab it all the way up here, crunch.
Yeah, and then you gotta work it.
Gotta work it.
Every muscle in your body to work that big grinder. Yeah.
Yeah, the fancier the restaurant, the longer the pepper mill. And you know, the Himalayan pink salt is actually a prehistoric salt bed when the Himalayas used to be underwater. That's how it's an ancient prehistoric salt bed. So you have heavy duty nutritional content. And this is why it's not as salty as regular salt.
Yeah, it's like what is it? Them like down like what is it? Louisiana, Mississippi, where they got them levees where they use like the bottom of the riverbed because it's so not futile, but fertile, and they can grow really good stuff with that riverbed. And it was like, it's just so awesome to use something like that. It was like you're getting all your nutritional values from that riverbed because it collected so much of the minerals and vitamins and whatnot.
You mean the pond scum at the bottom of the Mississippi Delta?
I guess you can say that if you want to call that, but it's like Louisiana, where like, okay, yeah, you've heard of levees, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, what they are is they build up a wall. It's kind of like a dike, okay, like they do in Sweden, and they do it where because they're below a certain lake or sea level, and they build it up, and they can use the ground that was once part of the lake or river, and it has so many nutritional good value material in it for growing that everybody in the surrounding area started doing it, and becomes like an enriching food for you.
Yeah, well, any vegetation from a body of water that is not far from the sea is going to be high in value. Now, unfortunately, you don't want mercury or PCBs to be in that
Yeah.
pond either. But yeah, so we're talking about salt and we're talking about something else. But anyway, when I'm making popcorn in that wok I showed, I have a dome lid. And what I'll do is, homemade popcorn is so damn easy. You'll never buy a bag of microwave popcorn again. You take, let's say you buy the popcorn in bulk. Let's say it's organic popcorn and you get a big sack of it. I put like either a half a cup or a cup dry into that wok. Turn the wok on low because it heats up fast. Then I'll put the oil of choice. It could be extra virgin olive oil. It could be coconut oil. It could be butter. And then I put the salt, the Himalayan salt. I mix it up and I cover it. And I walk away. I go watch TV. As soon as I hear the first pop, pop, I dash to the stove and I turn it on full blast. Then I'll start shaking. I'll grab the handle of the wok and hold the dome lid and I'll start shaking it vigorously. And as soon as I hear the machine gun pop, 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 bang, 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 I let it go. The whole thing pops. When it slows down, shut it off.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to burn any popcorn. Let me tell you, that whole thing the salt you use, the oil or butter you use, every popcorn is equally flavored because when it starts off dry, it's all mixed because you're mixing it before it pops. So
Yeah.
it's all totally saturated with whatever good oil and salt or butter that you're using. And that's how you do it if you have a stir fry pan. Like back at home, I didn't have a good wok, so I used a regular pot that I would boil spaghetti in. And
Yeah.
it worked. Not as good as the carbon steel wok though. That sucker gets hot fast. So that's how you make homemade popcorn. I don't want to give away too many secrets because this is only the first show.
Yeah.
But again,
what I want to say is like we got to kind of sprinkle it over time.
Right. We don't want to feed people too much because let's face it. This show is comedy. It's education. It's fun.
It's about the banter.
It's totally unrestricted, uncensored banter. It's everything you would want except having girls make out and naked. It's everything you would want except everybody split. What the fuck happened and what the fuck is the matter with you people? That's all I have.
I don't know, man. I've been trying to figure that out for years, man.
What's wrong with people? Huh?
Yeah. Now, I was born in 73. Now, I don't know about you guys, but generally I try to give it straight to anybody. If you ask me a question, I'll try to give it to you about as straight as possible. And, there's nothing wrong with that. Now, in a rare occasion, it depends on the individual hearing the information. Now, to them, they might have a problem with it. But to me, it's like, hey, I'm being as honest or as real as I am, or can be. And, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to try to degrade you or what have you. It's like, oh, whatever.
Right.
But still, it's like, you ask me something, I'll give you my honest opinion, regardless if it's right or wrong. That's just how I see it.
Now, maybe there's a possibility. Let me give the benefit of the doubt. There's a possibility that Sunday afternoons for people with families is tough. Maybe they have obligations with their families or with their significant other. They could have a steady girlfriend or a wife, saying, "Hey, you're on a damn, you're online all night, and now you're online Sunday afternoon. I thought we were gonna go enjoy Sunday, go somewhere." Blah, 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 blah. It is possible. Now,
Yeah, it is.
but if they're not doing that and they're being wise asses, you heard me tell you off just the same. But then again, if it's hard for you to come here because it's Sunday afternoon, I understand. So I understand both ways. If you suck, I understand.
If you suck.
You suck. If you have a bona fide, legitimate excuse, I'm empathetic with that. But what I'm not empathetic with is Michael Hilton trying to phase us out. I want to bite his forehead so bad, like Freddie Blassie. I want to gnaw on his forehead so bad. And you know what? He gets tough when he's behind the keyboard. But if he was here and I was gnawing on his forehead, he wouldn't be so arrogant. How dare you try to shut us out and bring in Drewski at 3 a.m. and do shows? I will bite your forehead until you bleed all your blood.
You know, I know there's a lot of people in this world. I'll give you that. But you know, there's going to be a time where he's going to.
Oh boy. Yeah, boy.
Oh God.
But I know he's going to probably reach out at some point, and it's like,
but he reaches out.
I'm already involved with something else. What do you expect me to do?
He reaches out, and then he gives you the axe, and then he reaches out again, and he gives you the axe again.
Yeah.
Skip your mind.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you know, I'm not saying I jumped from. Yeah.
You had a good night at 3 a.m. with the Blues.
That's the kind of people that he's going to have on his show at 3 a.m.
Yeah, exactly.
What about that other guy? That other
E.T. the extra
degenerate that you had up? Here he is.
What happened to him? He's got one tooth and swollen.
I'm a big fan of the 3 a.m. Michael Hilton show. That's right.
Stay calm, everybody. Stay calm.
Yeah.
Stay calm.
Stay calm and carry on.
What did Mr. Spock say? Prosper, live long.
Live long and prosper.
Hold on, I can do it.
I could only do
and
the right
prosper.
Yeah.
It was a Gannett.
Or the one I always liked from him was the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Oh yeah.
Or the one.
The one. Yes. I will always be
your
friend.
I always like Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Best Star Trek film ever.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Well, Ricardo Montalban was a very talk about charisma and pizzazz and talent. I mean, he was a great actor, and then one time he was advertising for the car Chrysler Cordoba with rich Corinthian leather. And
I remember that. Yeah.
He had that accent, and it just rich Corinthian leather, almost like Bela Lugosi talking.
Yeah, that's another good one I used to watch, man. I mean, with I'm sure James is. I don't know about Eric, but with me, I grew up watching Dracula, the Bela Lugosi, or the Frankenstein, or the Mummy, or the Creature from the Black Lagoon, or the Wolfman from way back when. And they had somewhere between 85 and 88, they did a movie called The Monster Squad. And it was where they had, all them guys.
Wait a minute. Is it possible that chicken was pre-cooked and kept under like a heat lamp?
No, I don't think so. They didn't
And
have anything like that at the restaurant I went to.
Bacteria might have formed.
No, but that's where I went to. Yeah, deal with that a while ago. Damn.
What was the collard? What if it was the collard greens? You never
Even
know.
those wet nappy. No, I can't say that word. Wet collard greens.
Oh, you meant to say moist? Did you mean to say moist?
Yeah. Oh, you can't say that word anymore. No.
No, his stool was moist, ultra moist. He had a brown water blowout. Known as diarrhea.
Might sound really gross, but it goes really good on toast.
He needs what is it? Kaopectate or no? What is that stuff?
Yikes!
That chalky liquid. That what the hell is it called?
Oh, like Pepto-Bismol or something.
No, this is something for diarrhea to help bind you. But you know, if you don't have nausea. If you don't have nausea, then it's not a bug down there. Where I would say have ginger ale all day, all night. You don't have nausea.
Okay, yeah. Now, see, I thought ginger ale was a Midwest thing. I'm glad it's not.
Oh no.
No, not only is it not a Midwest thing, it's in WebMD. My sister read it when I had a gastrointestinal virus, and I was vomiting nonstop, and I had the diarrhea, and she read it. She says, don't drink no water, don't eat no food at all. Ginger ale. That's it.
Yeah, like Verner's, yeah.
Yeah, because what's happening is your body's trying to expel whatever's down there.
Yeah,
so
what's bad with yeah.
Yeah, so if you keep on eating, it's going to keep on trying to expel that. And even water.
Yeah, so you might be on the throne most of the day, yeah.
Well, yeah, because once the body empties that crap out, then the desire to vomit stops. And ginger, as in ginger ale, has a calming effect on the gastrointestinal system.
Yeah.
You know, so it really does work. I mean, I like Canada Dry. That happens to be what I like. But drink what, even if you have the store brand, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it looks like Eric has the thing on the website here, man.
Check out some of this I found on the internet.
Turn it loose. Coors slogan was diarrhea. Kentucky Fried Chicken, finger licking. Hold on for a second. You got the goose. You got the goose blocking you there.
Might want to full screen this bad boy.
Yeah, let me full screen him.
Okay.
All right, I'll be back in a second, guys.
All right.
Finger licking. Good campaign was translated in China as "Eat your fingers off."
God.
News campaign. It takes a tough man to make a tender chicken. Was translated into.
It says was translated in Spanish as it takes a sexually stimulated man to make a chicken affectionate. What the? God.
Well, you know, I tried coming aboard the show without typing my name to avoid anything being blocked, and StreamYard won't let me do that.
Well, you can go into the, is it called the banners, and you can turn off the you can have the names off.
Oh, you mean into the settings of StreamYard?
Yeah.
You can turn off the
you can turn our names on and off if you want.
Yeah, because you know whatever you type in as your name, it always blocks something.
Yeah.
You know, like in your case, you don't have the damn goose head blocking anybody because you have a professional account.
Yeah, I mean you should still be able to do that on even if you don't have the premium version.
You mean make the goose head not be there?
I mean just make the logo or the portion where our names show up not show there.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that's
you can do that. Yeah.
I mean, but if I turn that off, it would be for everyone or just me?
It would be for everybody.
Yeah, but then
one brawl situation. Yeah.
Well, then again, everybody's name ends up blocking something when you think about it. And then if you bring up, let's say that will, but it doesn't. It's not meant to stay up long. So then
Nope.
Good idea. Wow. All this. Hold on. Let me get a little full screen. Oh yeah, we saluted and honored the chicken.
Today we do.
And then we got chicken shit.
Sometimes the chicken takes a bite out of you.
You know, the thing that people don't realize, like all the vegans out there think that chickens are vegans. Chickens are opportunistic scavengers and predators. They are. I've seen chickens eat field mice, live field mice. I've seen chickens eat dead birds. I've seen chickens eat
dead birds.
Yeah, like a dead bird. I've seen a chicken eat coffee grinds and coffee filters.
Coffee
filter also. I've seen chickens eat burnt out grass from the sun. Everything. Chickens will eat anything it can get its beak on, and they're everything. They're omnivorous, scavenging, and predators. They're everything. So a chicken is not this wimpy creature everybody thinks it is. Now a rooster, its weapon in reality is the bottom part of its beak. It has a very sharp, pointy spike as the bottom, and all you see is the top part of the beak that hooks. But that bottom beak is a killer, and that's how it kills. That's how it fights. It has that spike.
Here's some very good reviews from I don't know if that must be in New Jersey, the First American Fried Chicken.
First American?
Yeah. First American Fried Chicken. The bottom review says, the guy says, he ate there and it was a blast, quote unquote. Not good rating.
In the toilet.
Would recommend dumpster diving over this.
Oh, this is funny. I was told chicken was the bomb. It gave me
was explosive diarrhea.
Luckily, toilet maintained integrity. No further injuries. Would recommend dumpster diving over
whatever.
First American Fried Chicken.
Oh my God, that's not
they
good.
are funny. If you go to Google Maps.
Nope.
If you go to Google Maps and read
Google Maps, yes,
and read on Google all the reviews that people post, it's a comedy show in itself.
You could find the worst ones and just guess how many stars did this one get.
You have so many witty people.
That was a negative.
What?
I said it was a 2, and that was a negative.
Yeah. Yeah, like the reason why I didn't go to Jack's Lobster Shack, which is near the all-you-can-eat sushi place. There's 2 of them actually. One is Arigato, and the other one I can't pronounce, but that's the one I go to because Arigato.
No, what was that other one? Arigato.
Arigato. It's a Japanese word.
Robato.
No, arigato.
No, okay. I'm trying to make a song reference here. Oh no, Mr. Robato.
Mr. Robato? No,
yeah.
It's they only allow you to stay there an hour and a half, and I don't like being pressured while I'm eating. I don't care for that. And anyway, Jack's Lobster Shack had a review where this man ordered a lobster roll as a dinner entree, and it was small. So he complained that it was small for the price that they charged. So the owner, instead of apologizing, says, well, if you drive up to Maine and order a lobster roll, you're going to get one the same size. I don't believe him. He's full of shit. He's just trying to maximize his profits by giving the customer smaller lobster rolls.
Yeah.
That's what
I know guys like that. Yeah.
So I called them out. I I left a comment and he got mad.
Would you do it on Yelp or something?
I did it on Google
Oh, the
reviews.
Google, yeah.
He got like Jack's Lobster Shack. He got mad because I talked about all the shenanigans that seafood restaurants and other restaurants do in fancy areas, and all the crap they pull.
You know,
yeah.
What you did was good, but you know what you need to do on top of that is call the corporate office and
of what?
let them know.
No, it's not a corporate chain. Jack's Lobster Shack. It's an individually owned restaurant. Hey, Bart Robinson. Have a great.
Hey, Bart, what's going on?
Cheers. Have a great Sunday. You missed a real amusing show, but yeah. Well, Jack, if that's his name.
If that's his name.
What's his last name? Off? Jack Off. Well, Ivan, no, he's a Russian. His name is Ivan Jackanoff. Ivan Jackanoff doesn't realize that restaurants need customers, but the customer does not need the restaurant.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, he should think about that for a moment. Price gouging. Oh yeah, all the seafood restaurants gouge. Oh, they gouge more than Mo Howard did to the other Stooges. Jack's Lobster Shack. Fart Doctor. Jack's Lobster Shack in Edgewater. On Google reviews, a man had complained that he ordered a lobster roll for a dinner entree, and it was small for the price. And the owner didn't apologize. He just says, well, if you went up to Maine, if you went anywhere in New England, you will get the same small lobster roll at a high price. Like he was justifying the fact that he served the man. He decided to serve the small lobster roll. Now, I was going to go there and go live on StreamYard and order the fried whole belly clams, which I've had in Cape Cod. It was Port Hyannis, and which is where the ferry boat to Nantucket is, or Martha's Vineyard. Martha's Vineyard. And anyway, whole belly clams are great, but for $26, I better get a good portion. If it's not all you can eat.
Yeah.
Well, of course it's a gorgeous day. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna take a walk, and everybody's gonna be 1,000 feet away because they're afraid of catching something, and they're all gonna be. But it's like people don't interact anymore. So, how many times I took a walk and I saw the same yachts and sailboats and what have you go back and forth. I'm having fun right here. I could go out, sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, but you made a good point, Bart. It's nice weather. But anyway, yeah. So this is it, price gouging, like Fart Doctor said. And they do it. They all do it. If you order deep sea scallops in a restaurant, you got to pay over $30. If you buy deep sea scallops, it might cost you like $20 for a bag.
Dang.
1 pound bag, I think.
Yeah.
It'll cost you about that. It is what it is. I know. I realize the commercial boats have overhead. They have diesel fuel. They have scallywags, whatever, shipmates or to pay. And they have an overhead. They have to go out and get the deep sea scallops. The deep sea scallops are not farm raised like mussels are. I guess that's why mussels are dirt cheap, and shrimp has.
Well, that's not entirely true. There's some parts of the world where the mussels are farm raised.
No, they are. That's what I said. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Like out in New Zealand, I know they're farm raised, and yeah. So I mean, it just depends on the part of the world. Some they're not. They're wild. Some are farm raised. It just depends on where you get them from.
Well, now all mussels are farm raised, and also some clams. Some clams are farm raised. I think the cockles, the little ones, are
Yeah, okay, on the rocks, yeah.
either brown or they're well, the black mussels. To be honest with
Talking
you,
about like Prince Edward Island mussels, right?
there you go. Now, speaking of, I'm glad you brought up the maritime provinces.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know that all the great seafood up there that is commercially harvested, including in the Bay of Fundy, it's all exported out of Canada, and the locals have to pay high prices for local seafood because most of the prime seafood is exported.
Yeah.
To maximize like their profits. It's like I don't know if it's the same situation in Maine where most of the lobsters up there are exported out of the state.
Yeah, Portland, Maine does all. It's got all the lobster stuff. Yeah, I'm sure they do a lot of exporting. Yeah, I'm sure there are companies that just export them, just ship them. I know there are companies that do it online where they'll ship you. I don't know how they do it. They ship you live lobsters in the mail. No, they're still alive when they come in the mail.
How the hell do they keep them alive?
I don't know.
These are marine creatures, for God's sakes.
There must be some genetic modifying to do that or something.
They're very sensitive. I mean, to their environment.
Yeah, they must be because if you tap them once and they close up, you know they good.
Oh, they got a claw. Oh, you're talking about the clams and oysters and mussels. Now,
yeah.
-online.com. Live lobster shipped daily. Holy!
When they feed, they open up a little bit, and they're filter feeders. They suck in the seawater, and they and they filter out the particles of food, and this is how they eat. But they're they don't open up like
that website does. Or you order by 2:30 p.m. Eastern time, which is in Maine, for a UPS next day delivery, and they're live up. Holy, what? That's kind of crazy. All right.
Yeah, now that makes me wonder. I've got a fishmonger place just up the street from me, and I go there from time to time to pick up some fish or what have you, and it kind of makes me wonder: do they get this stuff from where you guys are at? And it was like, I enjoy me some good seafood or fresh seafood, and it was like, that it makes me wonder sometimes where they actually get it. You know what I mean? So,
well, not ocean anywhere near where you are.
I'm sure the Great Lakes have pollution.
Oh, don't get me wrong; they've got their good fish out there too. But I mean, sometimes when I walk in there, I'm not looking for. I mean, okay. Well, let me try to explain this as best as I can. Okay, now if you guys look at my channels or my channel, my beer review show, about 50% of it is like Michigan-based beers. Okay,
right.
That's a given. And I try to be a Michigan-based reviewer, but I can't help it. I've got to review beers from other states and so on and so forth. That's just the nature of the beast. Okay, fine, no big deal. I get that. I understand it. It's just one of them things. And a lot of times it's reviewers' discretion what you review on your show. And I also get that. But when you start getting into your like off camera, private life, so on and so forth, sometimes I'll eat Michigan stuff. A lot of times it's Michigan, like walleye or what have you. But sometimes I like to venture out with like clams, scampies, or crab legs or something. And it's just one of them things where you need some variety in your life. So that's basically what I'm getting at. You know what I mean?
Well, my mother, God rest her soul, used to get smelts from the Great Lakes. And a smelt is a small, light green.
Yeah.
Bony.
Well, actually, if you I was able to pull the center bone out very
Oh, okay.
easily, and the meat on both sides of the smelt was solid. And there wasn't any. It's not like eating a trout or what should I say? A perch is even worse. You know, where bones are everywhere. Trout's not that bad. No, like a perch or something. But it was good. You know, you bit on both sides of the center bone, or you just pulled it out, and it was a done deal. But they were from the Great Lakes. I'm assuming Lake Superior and Lake Huron are more pristine than Erie and Michigan.
Yeah, or even Lake Michigan. I mean, yeah. So I mean, I can tell you right now, Lake Michigan's good. Lake Huron, or not Lake Huron, but Lake Superior. I know me and James have talked about this, but Lake Superior is one of the deepest lakes in and around Michigan that you could get. I don't know about the rest of the world, but as far as Michigan goes, that is one of the deepest lakes you'll ever
Well,
find.
some of the lakes in the world, and when I watch the Travel Channel, the History Channel, are like 800 feet at the deepest point. I mean, Loch Ness has
Yeah,
a really deep
very
part.
deep.
I mean, we're
Yeah.
talking several hundred feet, you know, and that's pretty damn deep for a lake. But Duluth, Minnesota, I think is the only major city on Lake Superior.
Loch Ness at its deepest point is 126 fathoms, which equals out to about 755 feet. Holy crap!
There's a lake in China that has extremely deep part. Is South America? I think it's Titicaca.
Yeah.
Something like that.
He
Yeah,
said
it was.
Titty.
Yeah, had to do with titty. It has to. It was ancient aliens. But you know, there are lakes in the world that have extremely deep sections.
Deepest
But
lake.
Yeah.
you know, I mean, I'm sure they stock it with like northern pike, muskie, walleye, and all fishes like that. You know?
Deepest lakes in the world.
Yeah. Oh, you doing a screen share? Let me.
Yeah, deepest lakes in the world. So Encyclopedia Britannica. Look at that. You got Crater Lake, which is 1,943 feet. Holy crap!
Wow.
That's in Oregon, which was literally created after a asteroid hit it, I believe. Yeah. Then there's Great Slave. Oh, that's a great name. Great Slave Lake, over 2,000 feet deep.
Holy crap! Look at that.
Western Territories in Canada.
Northwestern Territory, 2,015 feet.
And it's named after a group of whatever that word is, speaking Indians called the slave or slavery. Holy crap.
Damn.
All right, Lake Yikes.
Yikes.
That must be in, where the heck is that? Somewhere in the Alpines. All right. What is it? It's over 2,100 feet deep.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
Kyrgyzstan. All right. Lake Nyaza, 2,300 feet. And that is, I don't know, between Mozambique, Tanzania, and Malawi. All right.
Yeah, those African cichlids they showed us. So in other words, wow, look at this. O'Higgins.
Oh,
It's
Higgins,
named
7,200 feet. That's one in Chile. That's one in Chile and
damn, 27.
Argentina. All right.
2,700 feet.
Oh, and then you talk about Lake Vostok, which is under the ground, under the ice in Antarctica. That's almost 3,000 feet deep.
Antarctica. Now, you know, talk about uncharted, unexplored parts of the world.
Mhm.
You know, could you imagine like what's down there?
And it's buried under 2.5 miles of ice before you can even get to the lake.
So the thickness of the ice. Now that is incredible. And that's called Lake
Lake Vostok.
Vostok.
Yep, that's in Antarctica.
Okay, I'm gonna look that up because I like that diagram.
It's
Okay,
the largest.
I'll be right back. Okay, guys.
Yeah.
So
You can't use an ice fishing auger with that thing.
No. All right, cheers. Then we got Caspian Sea, which is apparently a lake. All right. 3,300 feet deep. Damn.
Well, yeah, the Caspian Sea is really not a sea. It is a lake because it's landlocked.
It's the world's largest salt lake.
It's a saltwater landlocked lake.
All right. Commercial fishing and tourism to Caspian shore play a vital role. Yeah. Large quantities of oil and natural gas are extracted from that
I think there's
lake.
a lot of sturgeon, beluga, like the black.
Sturgeon. That's where you get the caviar, right?
Yeah, beluga, caviar. I think they get it from Black Sea and Caspian. But
Here's another
Caspian,
lake, Tanganyika.
oh, Tanganyika.
Yeah, there you go. Between Zambia, Burundi, Tanzania, the Democratic Republic of the Congo. 4,700 feet.
Holy shit!
Wow.
You ever see the African cichlids? If you go to a Petco, they're from these lakes.
Oh wow.
They're beautiful, stunning fish, but they're aggressive though. But they're gorgeous.
You got Lake Baikal or whatever, 5,300 feet. Holy crap! And that is where that is located. I don't even know where. That's in Serbia of all things.
Oh wow.
Damn. And
Yeah,
it's the world's largest freshwater lake, holding more than 20% of the unfrozen fresh water on the surface of the earth. It is also the oldest freshwater lake in the world with an estimated age of 20 million to 25 million years.
This is the one in Serbia?
It's the one in Serbia.
And what's the deepest point of that one?
It says 5,315 feet.
Wow.
Damn. Wouldn't that be interesting to know what's on the bottom of that lake?
Sheesh. Now you know why they see these cryptid creatures.
Yeah.
They know.
Or you think you're seeing sea monsters, but there's a real life explanation to all these things.
Well,
a lot of people didn't even believe that the giant squid was a thing until it was captured I believe probably off the coast of Japan with some deep sea underwater cameras.
Well, they are definitely real. The giant squid is real, and also during breeding season, you don't want to be swimming in the Sea of Cortez.
No.
Because you got the baby, the young giant squid, and the Humboldt squid, which is also a huge squid.
You don't want to get caught in their mouth with those sharp teeth.
Because they're
or their beak or whatever you call it.
They're very strong. They're exceptionally strong creatures, even though people think they're soft, like and delicate. Oh no, these are strong. And every suction cup has a hook that comes out of the center of the suction cup. So when they grab you, they grab you.
They hook on. Yeah.
They got the beak, and divers have admitted that they've gotten a broken arm by being pulled and attacked by a large Humboldt squid.
Oh, thank you.
In the Sea of Cortez. So
if I can find a video of one.
These are vicious predators, and all I know is I rather be the one to bite first when they're grilled.
Oh yeah.
To perfection. But I think with squid that big, it's similar to cooking octopus. You have to boil it first for a certain amount of time to soften it before you grill it. The same thing with the big barbecue pork spare ribs. You got to boil. They say you got to boil the rack for like 15 minutes and then put it on the grill, with the exception of smoking. If you got a real smoker and you're going to do 10 hours or 14 hours.
Yeah, my brother's got a smoker. That thing is nice.
Yeah, I had a smaller smoker by Brinkman, but they make all sizes. They make all different sizes. The big ones are beautiful, and it's like a big oil can, and you got the chimney on one side, and the coals. I mean the wood, the firewood goes on one side where the chimney is, and then you got the water bowl, the steel water bowl
at the bottom of it.
Yeah, like wood chips are supposed to be soaked in water.
Yes.
So they smolder very gradually.
Not a fire. Yeah.
Right. Not burn up right away. So and then the food would go on the other side of the can. Oh, I'm sorry. The other side of the can would be there's a big trap door. There's more than one trap door. One for feeding fresh firewood, and the other one you put the meat in. Okay. So what happens is the heat is kind of indirect.
Yes.
Smoked meats. You know, it's not direct heat. Now, I told BC when you're barbecuing chicken, always have the coals much farther away from the chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't want to end up with crispy, well done skin and have it raw on the inside. No. And that's exactly what'll happen if you put the coals close. Now, if you're doing hamburgers, steaks,
those don't cook. Those don't take very long to cook at all.
Center cut pork chops. Then you can have the coals close, but you don't walk away.
Do that indirect heat.
Yeah, it's more direct with certain meat, but don't walk away. Now, the beauty of the smoker, you could do this, in the middle of winter.
Yeah,
you load it up. Let's say raw pork belly for bacon. You can put turkey drumsticks and wings. You can load it up with pork chops, because when I used to go to the German pork store and the Polish market, they had smoked pork chops in there too. Loaded up ribs, the big ribs, you put everything in there. Night before, let it go like overnight. And the next day, you're in for a delight. Let it go overnight, you're in for a delight. Now, I wonder if BC had a touch of the diarrhea.
More chicken problems.
He could be eating, maybe. The thing is that cooking times vary greatly. Now, speaking of cooking, not food, not recipes, but apparatus, I am really fascinated with the induction range. And I found one on Amazon Prime that's not too expensive. And supposedly, any cookware where a kitchen magnet sticks to very hard can be used on an induction range. If the magnet don't go whammo, it won't work. And what induction is, the surface stays cool, but the fucking thing cooks. It heats up to whatever temperature you key in the key. Right. It has a timer. So therefore, you don't need a crock pot anymore. It becomes like a crock pot, because you can time it and the exact temperature, and it reaches that exact temperature very fast. But then if you take the pot away and put your hand on it, you don't get burnt. Now, right. Talk about a science project. That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. The induction cooking. I mean, and you could bring that. It's so portable. I mean, it's not really big. It looks like it's this size. I mean, you could bring it with you when if you rent out a house by the beach, or you have access, or let's say college dormitories and people that they go on vacation, they have a timeshare or something, Well, I'm sure there's stoves there, but my problem is a lot of these apartments and efficiency hotels that have a little studio kitchen in it, they have electric stoves, and I hate electric stoves. You can't adjust the heat.
It's not as easy.
Whereas the induction, if you're going to use electric, it's efficient, and it also will reach the temperature very rapidly. So I highly recommend that. And I guess BC is gone, but
I forget what he said. He had to scram on it.
Yeah. So you have later on tonight Jesse Bumpy Road show.
There's a dark. It's called After Dark Beers. It's got to be the darkness has to come from the malts and not from all of the fruit that's used in the souring of the beer. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
he
18
run,
SRM. If you look up what SRMs are, you got to have a minimum of an 18 colored SRM. This is not a after dark beer.
so
No,
when Jesse does a theme, he runs a tight ship. It's gotta you better be bringing the real McCoy.
yeah, you're not getting in if you don't have the right thing. Absolutely
Have the
not.
right thing.
He's not saving space for people that don't have the right product. And I mean, I don't blame him for that. If he wants to, he tries to keep it. He tries to be pretty educational for the most part.
Yeah,
He's trying to showcase other things.
he says, don't take it personally. It's only business.
Yeah.
And then
For
you
those
have
programs
sometimes.
it is, but you should know what you're getting into if you're gonna try to join that.
Well, somebody showed up Friday on Fandango Friday with a bottle of gin, and the theme is liqueurs. So he probably didn't know the word. He saw the word liqueur and
He
thought
read it as liquor.
liquor.
Yeah.
You know, which is an honest mistake. I mean, I'm not gonna.
Liqueur with the letter K. Liqueur. No, I don't know.
You know,
That's how you're supposed to pronounce it, at least.
yeah. Well, it could be flavored hooch. I mean, it could be like
Flavored
a Southern
hooch, yep.
Company. It could be a flavored bourbon.
What's that stuff? Fireball. Ew, no. That's a
No,
liqueur.
people are not turned away if they bring a flavored hard liquor.
Yeah.
You know, it's not that bad. I mean, you get the airline bottles. See,
Yep.
the only reason, I mean, listen, Jay Theriot and myself and BC and Ronnie Simpson, when he does come, when he feels like it, we don't like liqueurs, but we tolerate them because they're cheap when you bring the airline bottles, but it's an excuse to hang out with friends and talk.
Yep.
It's an excuse, and it's not expensive. You know, you do one airline bottle, and that's one show.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, you're
then
not spending a bunch of money on someone.
Yeah.
Back, guys. Don't worry. I was coming back. I was coming back.
I
Okay.
knew. I
There
knew
he
the
is.
feeling you would come back.
Yes.
And then you have Multi Monday, which is Jesse also, Bumpy Rose,
Yep.
on Monday. And sometimes Stout Sunday, various people show up. Now, is John and Lily back at the helm for Stout Sunday?
I would imagine.
I can't imagine like being bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to drink it.
10:30 in the morning. That's why.
I know, right? I mean, I don't mind day drinking, but I think 10:30 is a little bit too early for me.
Why there's the after dark beers, because people were requesting. I know John or not John. I know that Jesse Bumpy Road Brewery was asking for a Stout Sunday night edition, so he kind of formed that idea into the after dark beers.
Yeah, because a lot of people are just not into the early morning drinking.
And especially you get somebody like Beer Man that lives in the state of Oregon, and that's a 3-hour difference. So when John and Nilly in Georgia's doing the Stout Sunday, it's 7:30 his time in the morning. He's gonna crack open a stout at 7:30. I mean, it's crazier things have happened in the world, but he's not planning on doing that.
No, you got to accommodate people on the West Coast, you know.
You know, I was on a live stream about a month and a half back, and they said, "Oh, I think I've seen you on Stout Sunday." Now, me personally, I've never been on Stout Sunday, and I was like, you know, I don't mind day drinking from time to time, but and I told him, it's like, I know what you're saying, but it was Ron's show, which is at like Wednesday or Friday from like 7 to 6. And I've never been on a Stout Sunday ever. And it was like, that's just too early for me.
You're right. You do after dark beers.
I think the after dark theme is perfect, because I think Stout Sunday should kind of morph into the after dark Jesse show, because you know, I mean, everybody from every time zone can participate, but it is not a stout theme. It is whatever theme Jesse chooses it to be, unless Jesse starts, let's say, if he has enough ambition, let's say Stout Sunday should go on the back burner. Jesse could start at 7 and do Stout Sunday from 7 to 8, and then the other theme from 8 to 9. That's another possibility.
Yeah.
Whatever, but who's that? Sanja Gupta. What?
Sanjay Gupta.
Oh yeah, the CNN doctor, Sanjay Gupta.
If I'm spelling
Why
his name right.
why didn't the Sanjay Gupta choose a stage name for being on TV? I mean, Dr. Gupta.
Sanjay Gupta is a unique name. Sometimes it's memorable. They have a unique name.
Yeah,
And it
you
just-
remember that name.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why.
People stick to their ethnic names today in Hollywood. They do. They don't come up with like a waspy name, a stage name.
Right.
Like Stevens or Edwards or Johnson or whatever the hell they,
Myth. Yeah, right.
Yeah, they come out with, they keep their name. Now, unless like Quentin Tarantino, I'm sure.
Quentin.
Yeah, that's a unique name. Yeah.
Quentin, he's a funny looking dude too.
Salma Hayek.
Funny looking, yeah.
Salma Hayek. Now, Hayek is more like somebody's like hacking up a phlegm.
Well, I was thinking kayak, but either way.
Yeah, well, she's
Hayek.
she's half Lebanese, I believe, and half Mexican. And she's
Either way, she's hot as hell.
Hayek.
Okay.
Hayek is her father's Middle East.
It's like that. Who's that girl from Modern Family? That one that always claims to be Colombian. You know who
you're talking about Sofia Vergara.
Yeah,
her. Yeah, the one that's like hooked up with Ed O'Neill on the show. Yeah.
Well, I don't
And
know.
it's like, oh my god.
She's from Bogota. She's from Barranquilla, Colombia. The same with Shakira. They're both from Barranquilla, Colombia.
Well, I mean, Shakira might have the moves, but that Sophia one, man, oh my god. Don't get me in a room with her alone for 10 minutes, maybe 15. Swear to God, she's not going to come out the same. I swear to God.
Well, I don't know if it's in the script, but she nags Ed O'Neill something terrible. She complains. She's like a drama queen. She just goes on and on.
Well, okay. The best thing I've ever heard about life was if you guys ever watched How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now, if you remember right, Neil Patrick Harris, or whatever his name was on the show, there's this hot and crazy scale that they've got. And it's like, okay, you go this way, it's this crazy scale. You go up this way, it's the hot scale. And then you go like diagonally, like a Connect Four thing.
Yeah.
It kind of, I forget how he explains it. I know I'm not going to explain it right, but okay, if you're this hot, you're this crazy. But it's like, if you're this hot, you're going to be this crazy. And it's like, that's kind of what Sophia is. She's so hot, she's that crazy. And it's like, now, how many guys can actually deal with that hotness and craziness at the same time?
Well, craziness causes stress. A crazy broad will cause stress in a man's life, depending on how crazy they are. Now, if they compensate, it's like a woman having no domestic skills. She don't really know how to do laundry. She doesn't cook, but she better be really hot looking and really good in bed in order to not have any domestic skills. Like in other words, they have to bring something to the table.
Yeah. And to make up for it. Yeah.
Yeah. They can't bring nothing to it. Like an average looking girl who is lazy with domestic skills is not going to cut it.
No.
She's out. Give her the pink slip.
Hmm.
Actually, don't even start dating her if she doesn't have any.
So basically, have a one-night stand at a motel.
Oh, she got implants.
There
Yes,
you go.
the Hayek definitely got implants. She really does. Is that her implants? Hayek. Is that really her? They're huge.
That's that actress. Yeah, there you go.
She decided on the maximum size. That's like a go-go dancer size.
All right. Yeah.
The Hayek.
Uh,
Yakety yak, Hayek, yakety yak. Don't talk back.
those things took her back out.
Oh yeah. Oh, she got it from the back, all right.
Yeah.
Yakety yak, bang me from the back.
Yep.
But yeah. So we were talking about some good stuff about the induction cooking range and different things. But yeah,
Yeah, you know, the electric, I cannot stand electric. Gas.
You got the gas. You got a gas leak, BC. Maybe he's got a gas. Wait a minute. Hold on, Eric. Hold on, Eric.
He did that at this. I don't know who that guy is. He did it at some movie premiere.
Look how he's like mesmerized by it. He's like staring like Bela Lugosi, man.
He's got no hair.
He's like Donald Trump. Grab him by the coochie.
Woo! No.
All you got to do is grab him by the coochie and start kissing him, and they're
He's
yours.
entranced.
Say what?
Yeah, he's entranced, man.
Yeah, man.
They almost look like Hans and Franz.
All right.
Jawohl, Hans and die Franz.
Yep.
No, BC, the induction cookware, it may be electric, but when if you're using a cookware where a magnet will stick to it very hard, the temperature, you key in the temperature and the time, and it goes right to the temperature like whammo. And if you touch it, it doesn't burn your hand. But then if you put the pot, stainless steel pot on it, or cast iron, it goes whoop, the temperature goes right to whatever you typed in. So it's really precise. It's really precise. Now, you think that Miley Cyrus's born-again Christian father kind of like turned a blind eye to his daughter's antics because of the
you know, if I was what's his face, Billy Ray Cyrus, I've got to look at this as a marketing thing. You know, I mean, there's people out there that'll do things for their musical thing, but in real life, they ain't gonna do nothing.
Miley Cyrus.
That's not who they are, yeah. Maybe.
Miley Cyrus. Miley. No, he sang Achy Breaky Heart and talked about his born again status. And then she comes out with her tongue going sideways like Linda Blair from The Exorcist. And it's like day and night. Oh, Miley.
So
you can use anything as a prop. So
a wrecking ball, anything.
Ball. Oh my God! Yeah, she was naked on the wrecking ball.
They say, bro, really put like 300 people in the fire and said, give them 10 minutes. You can cook the roast fryer. Holy crap!
I got a question. I got a question for
I'm
that.
going to be a poor, but I didn't imagine someone to be that poor though.
I got a question for that company. How much mozzarella and tomato sauce is really in those little
It's
things?
just ketchup and American cheese. Come on.
Ketchup and processed American cheese.
Yeah. Oh, it gets so liquidy, that American cheese. It gets all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's too drippy when it melts. It's
yeah.
At least look, if you're gonna make a Philly cheesesteak, first of all, those famous places in Philadelphia that just make Philly cheesesteaks, they use Velveeta, I heard, and I think I know why, because it's cheap for them.
Yeah.
You're trying to maximize the profits. I've had Philly cheesesteaks in a barbecue restaurant. One time I had mozzarella cheese Philly cheesesteak. Another time I had
I like provolone.
Provolone. That's exactly what I had.
Good.
Provolone.
Yeah,
Now,
provolone.
That's deli cheese for your sandwiches, if you ask me.
now, if you want good, I think good Munster cheese makes a good melting cheese too.
Oh, yeah.
That Asiago is another good one too.
Asiago.
Asiago.
You know, I had an 8-ounce bacon, slab bacon that is a cheeseburger with blue cheese melted on it. Let me tell you about flavor. Oh, oh boy, did it have flavor?
Mm.
Yeah, it's like this one time I had well, I'll let you finish, but
Hold on, let me look at that.
Tongue you're talking
She
about.
can probably teabag you,
she can work me any day. She
lick
can work me
lick
any
your
day.
tongue, your balls, your scrotum, and around you go right. Oh no! Oh!
That's it. That's the morning after.
That's Mrs. Crab. That's Miss
Morning after.
Crabtree, the
That's
school,
the morning after.
the South Bus school board. Hey, you got a picture of Chef when he was
God.
foreign. He was a male prostitute to raise money, and
Salty chocolate balls.
he was in
Chocolate
bed
salty
with
balls.
the mayor. I think was it the mayor of South Park. Yeah, salty balls. Chef's chocolate salty balls.
The mayor. Ooh. Yeah, salty chocolate balls. Salty chocolate balls. Right. Mm.
I bet, guaranteed, all these guys have women that said, "What are you doing online on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon?"
We're a bunch of guys doing a bunch of guy things, man. What do you expect? You know them girls are doing their girl things on a Sunday
Oh,
afternoon.
there we go. There we go. Hold on, Mrs. Crabtree and Chef, and his suggestion of her putting the bag over.
Yeah.
As a sexual game.
Yeah.
She needs a bag over her head, obviously. That's friggin' funny, man.
Yikes.
That is funny. That is really good.
That is.
As Kenny Banya said to Jerry Seinfeld, "It's gold, Jerry. It's gold."
That's crazy. Yeah.
Steve.
Is what it is. Huh?
Hold on, Eric. It's gold, Eric. It's gold.
That crazy. It's that what is it called? Voila. That voila.
I like that one. Oh no, that is the serious face one that you made, right?
I do that. That's my pose in like every photo ever.
Well, that means that you're focused and dedicated, and you get down to business look. You know,
Get down on it.
Get down on it if you really want it. Get down on it.
Beer master.
Oh, here we go. Here, Alex.
That's such a good photo.
Alex,
real good.
Alex, the beer master, who had peanut butter and jelly on one of his recent food shows.
There's a man drinking one.
Drunken one.
Yeah, they came out good. These things.
Yeah, actually they did. So clear.
And Joe Biden. Oh no.
What about Thrash? You did Thrash, right?
I don't have some of these photos.
What about Chatio? Did you do Chatio?
Never done a Chatio. No. There's Michael Hilton when he's 75.
When he's 75 years old.
No, I don't know, Michael. That's a good show. The Trailer Park Boys. Yeah, that actor passed away a couple years ago. I don't know from why, but he passed away. Yeah. Yes, he did.
That is funny.
Yeah.
Amazing. It's amazing. My brother-in-law makes this computer animated art called Blender. It's a program called Blender.
Oh, okay.
And
If I've heard of that.
it takes a while to make an animation. I mean, like accurate 3D
Blender
animation. Like you all kinds of weird stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's called Blender. It's actually free. It's free because he does it through Linux, but he says you could do it through Windows. Yeah, he doesn't have Windows anymore. He got tired of all the crap dealing with Windows, so he just uses Mint or Ubuntu. I think it's Mint.
Open source software.
Yeah, it's well, there are some free programs that are just as good as the ones they sell. Software that is popular on Linux but can be downloaded with Windows. Like instead of Adobe Photoshop, there's something called the GIMP. And it's just as good. And then there's Office Libre, every bit as good as Microsoft.
I think that's the one I use, the Office Libre. I mean, you can open any Microsoft document with it.
And you could save what
you can save in those. Yeah, you can save in those file types.
Right. And then there's OpenShot for video editing, and that's
OpenShot.
OpenShot video editor is very like professional.
Interesting.
I mean, talk about slapping together from scratch.
Yeah, I use one if I edit videos. It's called Hit Film Express. But some of these applications take up a giant amount of your, what do they call it, your CPU usage, and it causes your computer to be very slow. So if you don't have a good amount of, on some of this stuff, if you don't have a good amount of RAM, then forget it with how fast these programs need to run.
Yeah, I've been using KineMaster for mine, and lately it's been kind of hit or miss with me lately. It was like, dude, come on. I've had no problem for the last year and a half, and it was like, now I'm starting to have a problem. Come on. And it was like, I don't know, man.
I'm trying to think of the other one. There's
OpenShot.
Well, the antivirus, the free antivirus program that Thrash Metal told me about.
Which one was that?
I've been using it for well over a year, maybe 2 years since he told me about it. It's called the Panda.
Oh, okay.
Like the Panda Bear, and it's great. And the reason why I like it is because I could program it to scan the computer at the same time. I can schedule it at the same time every day or once a week or whatever, and I have it do it like when I'm not using the desktop, when it's not on. And but the others you had to manually, the other free antivirus like Avast and
I use
the AVG.
I use Bitdefender.
Yeah, AVG. You have to manually scan your computer, and you can't schedule. If you want to schedule it automatically, you have to buy the version that you have to pay for it.
It's the same thing that I was talking about with the video software stuff. Sometimes these antivirus programs just take up so much CPU on your computer, and once that thing starts running, it really starts to slow down your computer. So you have to find the right one. I don't know what the right one is. I've been searching around, and Bitdefender seems like it's been pretty good, where it doesn't take up a whole, but I keep wanting to say bandwidth, but it just doesn't slow down your computer that much while it's running in the background.
Well, Bitdefender,
you notice things getting slow, and then you'll go Control Delete, and then you'll look at what's got the high usage on your computer, and it's usually your virus software. It'll say power usage very high, and the memory will be off the roof.
Well, yeah, Bitdefender has been around for a long time.
Yeah. But yeah, you can find free programs. I mean, they work. Just maybe they don't have quite the feature set as if you subscribe to it. Something better, but they work pretty good.
I remember the first one that you had to pay for was Norton, right?
Yeah, Norton comes. I think Norton antivirus comes on a lot of these new Windows computers, and they give you a trial period.
Yeah,
but sometimes you just get a lot of this stuff called bloatware, where they're just packing all of these stupid things onto computers you're never going to use, and it takes up storage space already, and just bogging down your hard drive space already when you buy a new computer.
Yeah, that's it. It's just
like with a cell phone too. You got to uninstall all these programs you're never going to use.
Well, there's one thing's for certain, man. StreamYard works with no issues as far as quality with the Android but when I was forced to use Safari with the iPhone, forget it. It was not compatible. StreamYard. The only thing with StreamYard on the phone with Android, I don't have the option of posting anything in the comments section. They won't let me.
You wait a minute. Say that again.
They won't let me post anything in the comments section when I use the Android phone to go on StreamYard.
Oh, okay. I got you.
You know,
But that's if you. You're saying when you go live from
when I go live from the phone,
Okay.
everything is great. The video, the audio, everything is great.
Huh.
I couldn't ask for better, but I can't. The option of using comments for me as the host is not available.
It definitely doesn't have the same feature set.
No, not all the same feature. Oh, I also it won't let me add or subtract anything from the banner message.
Huh.
On the phone. On the phone, but I could see.
I mean, it's a good option if you're out and about and you're going to go live. I would tend to not use Android or a mobile device if I'm at home and I'm going to go live.
No. If you're out and about now, if you know you're going to be on location, you just simply create the show at home.
Yeah.
Okay. You set up the banner that you want to use. You create the show. This way, everything is just sitting there waiting for you. Plus, you're doing a promo on your YouTube channel because it's at the top. And then when the day comes that you're on location, let's say you and the band Oxblood Forge is at a gig at a nice place, and you get your camera. I mean, you get your smartphone, you prop it up with a tripod, you plug it in. You got to plug it in because video sucks up a lot of electricity. You bring a long USB cord, or if you have to, you bring an extension cord. Like I was telling BC, you find the outlet, boom, plug it in. Now your whole gig is live on StreamYard.
Yeah.
And it's that simple.
Oh, I got a little. We were talking about barbecue earlier. I got a little cheat sheet to know how long it's going to take you to make certain barbecues for you.
Oh, okay.
A little cheat sheet.
Oh, there we go. Hold on, brother. Barbecue timer, rare, one beer. I mean, that depends how fast. That depends how fast you drink it. Medium, 3 beers. Well done, 6-pack. Pork ribs, 12-pack. Pulled pork, 30-pack. I don't think you'll need more than the 30 to be drunk as hell.
Well, it depends on the beer.
Any questions?
Now,
it depends on how fast you drink.
Yeah. Now, if you're drinking, like, say, Bush, okay, fine. You're going to be drinking that whole 30-pack, okay, depending on how high your tolerance is.
Oh, my God.
Now, yeah, exactly. Now, if you get to the brisket drunk as hell, man, you might as well be drinking your normal go-to beer for that. So,
or whatever.
Yeah.
Normal go-to.
It just depends on the person. Yeah.
Grab another beer. Why not?
Go-to beer.
Yeah. Talking about beer?
That's beer that you drink when you're not online. That's the go-to beer, right? When you're not online, reviewing it.
Yeah. Now, I guess mine is Too Hard to Deal by Bell's Beers right now, but typically I go with Milwaukee's Best Ice. But then again, I got to drink a lot of that to get kind of, checked up. Yeah.
Now, I remember when Old Milwaukee won some awards for domestic American beers.
Yeah, they won some.
I'm not sure who makes Old Milwaukee, but I think Stroh's, right? Stroh's.
I think it's well, yeah, or whoever bought Stroh's out. I think it's Coors.
Listen, in the 1980s, I was down when my uncle was alive. He had a house on the Chesapeake Bay with a big outdoor tiki bar with the sink and everything. You would have loved it. He had this cabin cruiser docked on his own pier, and he had a big cooler. He was barbecuing, of course. He had and steaming crabs. He had a big cooler, and he had Stroh's fire brewed beer from Detroit, Michigan. Now, apparently, Stroh's is originally a Detroit beer. Originally. I did not mute you. I was telling BC that Stroh's was originally advertised as fire brewed beer from Detroit, Michigan, and then oh, there he's back.
I had a coughing fit. So
anyway, do you remember Stroh's when it was the local Detroit brewery?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember when they closed too. It was a big deal out here, man. Oh my God. We had this morning talk show on one of the local FM dials called JJ and the Morning Crew. And James, you might remember the name, Dick the Bruiser.
Yeah, okay. I know Dick the Bruiser. Yeah, AWA.
Okay.
It was Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher.
Yeah, okay. Well, they had an imitation Dick the Bruiser on JJ and the Morning Crew. And when Stroh's went out of business, they did a song called something like the Stroh's of Summer. And it was one of them deals where they used the music from the Boys of Summer. And Dick the Bruiser, or the imitation Dick the Bruiser, started singing the song The Stroh's of Summer. And if you look on YouTube hard enough, you'll find the video of the Stroh's of Summer. And it was hilarious. I mean, but it was a big deal around here when that plant closed down. And for the longest time, we couldn't get Stroh's out here for nothing after that plant closed down.
Because they make Old Milwaukee. I mean, or they did make it. I don't know.
They got bought out by Pabst Brewing Company, I believe.
Pabst bought them out? Okay.
Mm-hmm. So they're a big boy.
And, for the longest time, they didn't have a brewery out here for Stroh's. And then they just recently, I'm talking like in the last 2 or 3 years, where they built a brewery for Stroh's here. And I reviewed it on my channel, and it was like, it was a good thing. It was, like I was saying, it was a big deal when it closed down. It was like, I couldn't believe it. It was like, they closed it down. We didn't see it for a while. They brought it back, and I was like, oh, thank God they brought Stroh's back. And for a lot of us, Stroh's did a lot of different things, like, say, cakes, ice cream, beer. So they tried to diversify their portfolio to appeal to everybody. So, but everybody wanted the beer. And it was just crazy. So it was just one of them wacky, wonky deals.
Yeah. Well, that's a shame, because all these small family-owned companies eventually, the corporation names their price and they sell out. They go for it.
Yeah. And, they're probably, I don't know if it's their most memorable scene, but if you ever watch The Shawshank Redemption, and you got the prisoners on the roof, retarring a roof, and I forget the actor's name, but he, not Morgan Freeman, but Robin Timmons or whatever his name is, Robbie or something or other, where it was like, okay, well, on the last day or second to last day of doing this job of retarring a roof, why don't you give us some suds? so we could actually feel like real men doing an honest day job. And the guards that were watching them bought them actual Strohs in the film, or at least Bohemian style beer, which Stroh's has a Bohemian style beer. And I just thought it was so awesome that they would have like Stroh's in a film that normally would go unchecked or unnoticed. And it's just one of them awesome, amazing deals. You know what I mean? So
Molson Coors. So Pabst owns Molson Coors and Coors.
Mm-hmm.
Holy man! Oh, they're
Well, Pabst and I don't know where this stands today, but Pabst and Miller have some kind of joint. They're not joint owners. They don't have a joint ownership, but they have some kind of mutual agreement where they can do contract brewing at either one of their facilities for their products. So they're kind of a joint venture, but they're not joint in its ownership.
Yeah, I believe there's an H in between the O and the S in Stroh.
Yes, I believe so as well. Stroh, yeah, it's Germanic, I believe, in origin. Like a lot of these lagers that got their big starts in the United States, and stuff in Mexico too, like your Modelo and your Corona, and stuff like that. And Victoria, those were German immigrants that came over and started those breweries. And
a lot of the German a lot of today's German breweries were started by
immigrants or
European, northern or northern eastern, Germanic breweries, whether it be from Czechoslovakia or Germany or Austria. They gave them the start. Now the same thing with wine in Chile, South America. It was they imported the wine masters from Southern Europe, and they taught them, and they got it off the ground. But I think, like with tequila and mezcal, I think that probably goes back to the ancient Aztecs and Mayans, most likely. Rum is, I think, the sugar cane is an African produce. So originally, so then when the slave trade came, they worked on the sugar cane plantations, but sugar cane originated in the old world. And rum, I think, I don't know if rum was just an idea that they had when they colonized the tropics, or if it came from Africa, or
I mean, it's the same thing when you think about, what am I thinking of? Eastern Europe, when it comes to why and how they have so much vodka over there. I mean, you have to look at the ingredients, those neutral grains, right? Even potato and stuff. It's so easy to grow, and it's in the crops used to in the products used to make vodka is just so prevalent all over the place. Just like
sometimes they're
like with sugarcane in the Caribbean. It's use what you got, and that's why I think it's so prevalent in those kind of places.
The potato is not Irish, it's not Eastern European, it's not Slavic. It comes from the Andes Mountains of South America, because the Incas were the first to cultivate potatoes not in the lowlands where it's hot and tropical, but in the mountains of the Andes where the weather's very cool all year round. And this is where potatoes and the peanut also comes from the Andes. The Spanish called peanut mane, but the Indian name is cacahuate. Cacahuate is like an Inca name for the peanut. Not getting into quinoa and amaranth, which is also kiwicha. That's also Andes, South American. But corn is originally Central American. Potato and peanut is from the Andes. So the conquistadors, Pizarro, Cortez, whatever, they brought all this stuff back to Spain, and then it spread. But the good thing about the potato, what the Europeans found out about the potato is because it grows underground as a root vegetable, it is kind of immune to a lot of the blight, a lot of the diseases that affected crops in Europe, because it is an underground root. But there are hundreds of different varieties of potato that comes in all different colors. I mean, just like with corn. I mean, people only know about certain potatoes, like the russet, the so and so Eastern.
Yukon Gold or the Redskin or what have you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Redskin. Yeah, yeah.
The
How
red
you do
potato.
it? How you do
Can't
it?
say that anymore, Redskin. No.
Yeah, here's anyway. The Washington
Football team.
variants.
Mhm.
That's a good name for them.
The Washington football team. They can't even be the Redskins anymore.
Hey,
That's a different topic for
Sid
different
is here. Words of wisdom. The red pill words of wisdom from Sid. Red pill, men going the wrong way. MGTOW. 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 We have a local, a chain of Latino food establishments called Banana King, and I saved my Banana King glass. Banana King. We're doing all right. We had a pretty good show. It's about cooking barbecue.
And that brief time when I was out, man, I had to share the video, man. The people on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So that's kind of why it took me so long to come back. So I wanted to share this with everybody.
Nice.
Yeah, true equality. Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, I agree. True equality. Well, you know what it is? The simp is from men that are so desperate for sex that they would lower their dignity. That's that. I think that's what it is. A simp is a sycophant, or a brown nose or an apple polish or
Brown. Oh God.
or all these synonyms.
You are literally barking up the wrong tree if you're brown.
It's like saying, you know who an example of a person who's not a sycophant. Let's say Eric. Let's say Eric, the gentleman to my right. No, wait, I'm looking the wrong way. Wait, the gentleman to my right. I have to realize that my right
is my left.
Is not necessarily on my right. Let's say Eric won. Let's say Eric won the Powerball lottery.
All right. Let's say
overnight, Eric says, "Well, he should never say this because then everybody will ring his doorbell."
Exactly. Yeah.
Eric should say, pretend this is a microphone. James, you'll never believe this. In a million years, I won the Powerball lottery. $200 million before taxes. It's mine. It's all mine. Oh, and he started crying. Now, if I continue to treat Eric the same way that I always treated him, then he would say, "Oh, gee, that James he's a good egg. He's pretty cool. He's not sucking up to me. He's not trying to move in next door to me or move in, knock on my door. I mean, if I was there, of course I'd ring your doorbell, but not like I wouldn't be a suck up. And you would respect the fact that I'm not a suck up because you won 200 million. Okay, now if you won 200 million and I was crawling up your ass like everybody else would, you hear me out there? Everybody else would, and you know they would. Then they will be classified as sycophants. I just like saying sycophant. Accountable. Yes. Did marriage end when Reagan signed no-fault divorce? The man goes to the cleaners if he has a kid. You know that. All he needs is one kid. He was conservative. Yeah, signed no fault divorce. Well, it's like a car. It's like a car accident. we have no fault car insurance in New Jersey. That's bullshit. Somebody's got to be to blame. Somebody's got to take the heat. Same thing with the divorce. Everybody can't be dismissed as, the poor guy didn't know what he was doing. Or the poor girl. Oh, she was a gold digger and she lied and cheated on the husband. Well, that's life. No fault divorce. No, I don't believe in that. There has to be restitution. There has to be restitution. Enjoy the decline is here. What are y'all drinking today? I'm craving the beer. Bad. Oh boy. Today, but gonna wait until tomorrow. You're gonna wait until Monday to crave.
Isn't the weekend a better time to drink than on a Monday?
Yeah. Let's take a look at what he's drinking.
So supposedly, was it Rajay's Beer Ventures? He does a show every Thursday. He brought this company up and was talking about these cryo hop beers from this company, Hop Valley, and I believe that they are owned now by Miller Brewing Company of all crazy things. I look like a mess. Woo-hoo. Anyways, so this is from their cryo. What do they call it? This cryo smash variety pack, or this stash pack. This is their mango and stash, their mango IPA with mosaic cryo hops, two-row acidulated, flaked wheat and flaked oats. This is 6.0% alcohol and 30 IBUs, and apparently they use 11 pounds of mango puree per barrel.
Wow.
Beers. The result is a double punch smoothie of fruit and hop flavors that'll leave you craving a sequel. Bring your chainsaw, we'll bring the beer. What the? You bring the chainsaw, we'll bring the beer? What? Okay, anyways, it did have a nice two-finger head. The thing is dead now in the Von Trapp glass. There's kind of what that thing looks like.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is kind of lemony yellow, but it's more orangey in camera here, and it smells very fruit juicy centric, very mango, very white bready, cracker pilsnery malt for you, James. Definitely.
Oh, crackery bready in this. Or what Beer Man said. I smell humidity, and his nose was practically right in the beer.
Holding the beer, yeah, and it's very dank and oily, so it's a drink on that too.
No, I got 3 people actually from my end.
Very mango, super mango fruit forward.
What was the IBU?
IBUs are 30. 30, so very, very well balanced. It's got some sweetness to it from the mango. It definitely has the Pilsner malt. You're definitely getting that flaked wheat and that oaty kind of a mouthfeel. Not the smoothest mouthfeel on the planet Earth in comparison to a lot of other New England kind of IPAs. I guess I would call this a New England IPA. It's got a little bit of resin, a little bit of hop oil, a little bit of like a piney quality. So I think this is a good hybrid between your juicy flavors from New England and your more malty, hop-forward flavors from the West Coast. So, like 85, I guess. I guess I like less of like the added flavors of mango and less of actual puree and more, I don't know, hop flavors and just the basic ingredients. But this one is very good and refreshing, and you could do some damage with these and forget that it was 6%. Very drinkable. Medium body, crisp, clean, refreshing. 85.
Right.
I think it's a better 85 than I let on to believe. But if you really like fruit forward flavors, you will give this even a higher rating, probably.
Pine tar. Yeah, he knows. Joy to Decline knows. It's too early for his liking. Anything above 30.
See that there was a game a couple years ago against the Yankees. That guy Michael Panea had this giant amount of pine tar on his neck, and it was like so obvious. It looked like tree resin, tree sap. You could clearly see him going like this all game long until they threw him out of the game. It was nuts. Yankees cheating concept.
I get the guess mostly I met them through Ronald Tirio's live stream shows, the legendary Ronald Tirio. I met a lot of them through there. I know some of them through Eric's show, some of them, but they're mostly, they're part of another organization.
I think most people that are doing the beer reviews in the community where you'll see myself and James at from time to time, most of those people probably did get started wanting to do the beer reviews through watching the Louisiana beer review stuff. I know that's exactly how it happened with me, and I remember
from my end, I've always talked about doing a beer review show, always talked about doing a beer review show, always talked about it. And, I always wanted to do it. And then, I always watched James, I always watched Rod J. And there was, at the time, a select few that I watched because I didn't know any better. And,
well, you have good taste.
Terrio was one of them guys that I always watched amongst a small few. And, lockdown happened, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to drink. I might as well be somewhat productive about it. And that's when I started my channel about a year and a half ago, or at this point, I think it's probably about a little bit more than a year and a half ago. And it was like, it's one of them things where I started and maybe the first 20, 30 episodes, they're probably crap. Okay, I'll tell you that right now. But, I like to think that as time moved on, my episodes have gotten better. And I know they have. And, sometimes you need a framework to work from, to do your beer review shows from. And granted, yes, you got to find your own footing doing your beer review show. And, I'm just glad I watched some of these old school guys, for lack of a better way of putting it, kind of, well, you know what I mean. It's one of them things where it's like, you got to give credit to the old, or the guys before you, for you to do your show. And
Jordy from Scotland. Hi. Welcome.
It was going on, man, but still, it was like, I get it. I totally get it.
Well, I met BC through Michael Hilton, who also improved drastically in his beer reviews. But I originally saw him physically. On video on Michael's show, and that's how I became acquainted with BC. And then, it's a small community when you think about it. The real professional, expert, guru beer and liquor reviewing world is not a big circle. It's really a small niche. Yeah, you're right, exactly. Vice versa. Now, getting back to Sid. Sid, you're right. Where is the justice? Where is the fairness? You're absolutely right. What you said earlier. Where is the justice? I have an old friend that we work with me in pro wrestling, and Brian Slate. And when he got divorced from his wife tried to screw him over for like $180 a week for one daughter, for one little girl. Don't tell me that one kid needs $180 a week child support. Give me a break. Yeah, man.
I don't spend $180 in a week. What the hell?
We don't need
$180 of bills, but
no, I found out she didn't get it because I found out she was going on vacation with her new boyfriend. She had plans on using it on herself and the new boyfriend. That's why you gotta be a sharp cookie. And Sid knows you gotta be slick. You gotta be way ahead of everybody.
Yeah,
girls, you gotta be careful.
Well, it's not the girls that got to be careful. It's the guys that got to be careful too, man.
That's what I said. Guys, not them.
Okay.
They got to be careful.
I didn't hear that part, so excuse me.
No, you got. In other words, a guy's got to be careful of his bank account. A girl
Yeah.
has got to be careful of her. What you were saying before, the vajayjay.
Yeah,
Jeez.
the JJ, yeah.
Yeah, because you whatever checks in, you also want to make sure it checks out. You don't want
Whatever checks in must come out. Ooh.
no come out. Yeah, come out. See you out. Now, what do we got here? What do we got here? What has he got there? Drinking a Coors Light in Scotland with all the wonderful ales and stouts you got over there.
I know in
the hard stuff, man. Come on, man.
I know in England and I think it's in Australia, they talk about beers in a different manner than we do when it comes to what's considered light, what's a medium beer, what's a full strength is like. I believe is a lot of the times it's almost over 4%. So they can't call Coors light beer. So when they get it in that part of the world, I think they just call it Coors without the light word.
I wouldn't if I had access to all that great Scottish, Irish, and English ales and brown ale and red ale and stouts. I wouldn't drink a American macro beer. American stuff is crap.
But see, you're talking from an American standpoint.
Except for the craft.
Yeah. So
Craft
I
is
get
great.
it.
American craft beer is a number one. You know what I mean, Jelly Beans?
Yep.
You love American
beer. But I can't speak for everybody, but for me, I do 2 shows a week. Anything beyond that, it starts getting pricey.
Yeah, I get heartburn from American beer, from macros.
And I enjoy my beers just as much as Eric does, or even James, or anybody else for that matter. And I like trying new things, just like everybody else. But you know what? You got to be realistic about what you're doing on your show. That's the point. So, I mean, I would love to go 7 days a week doing a show, but it can be done if you got the money.
Sure, if you're going to go 7 days a week,
right?
You make sure you monetize your shows so you can get paid like Jay Terrio gets paid from YouTube.
Yeah.
Monetize. Now, see, I knew he's got great Scottish ales available to him. Sir Geordie, can you get Brewdog? I don't know.
We can get Brewdog here in the United States. Yep, it's not at every major retailer, but you can get Brewdog. Yep.
Yeah. No, I can't say that I've seen it around here.
I haven't seen it recently.
Places that have it though.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to find that beer strength list because it's quite strange how we can call something a light beer in the United States and in England and especially Australia. It's like that's more of a full style strength beer to them.
See what I noticed, Eric, about the Oktoberfest by Von Trapp.
Yeah.
Very, very more forward with the Munich. I believe it's Munich malts. They call it
probably
like whatever malts that they list. You really pick up on it even more so than the hops. But the hops are exactly what they say. The Von Trapp, and they have a lot of great traditional European style beers and ales. But this happens to be a lager, and it's a great lager. I mean, there are other cheapo lagers that are pretty good and refreshing and have a great taste. I think Qingdao and Modelo Especial. I think they're pretty good tasting.
Here you go. Let me see if I can share this. This is from Australia when I bring this up, but
Foster's.
England's in the UK is kind of similar. You see 4%, right?
Yeah, 4%. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a thing in the basement here that is from the
Mhm.
Australian government.
Wow, Bud Light's 4.5.
Mhm.
Wow. Imagine that.
They talk about again. This is the Australian government's their Department of Health, and how to keep
Yeah.
track of how much alcohol you're really drinking. See, we don't do it this way, but in England and in Australia, and I think New Zealand too, they think about it. They say a standard drink is always equal to 10 grams of pure alcohol. So if you look at this, they say a full strength beer is 4.8%, 285 milliliters. That's not even the standard. What is this can? That's like 355 or something milliliters is our standard 12 ounce. So they're talking last ounces here. Then mid strength is 3.5, 0.8. Look at this. Low strength is 2.7.
Hold on. No interesting food for Ryan. Hold on.
Large glass beer, 1.6 for that 4.8. 1.2 standard. 2.7% is only 0.9 standard drinks. And they talk about bottles, cans. There's your 375. There's your normal kind of 12 ounces like we get.
Yeah, we're done with the food, Ronald. It's almost 3 hours that
Yeah.
we've been
Okay,
live.
well, switch over to me real quick.
Damn.
Switch over to me.
Okay.
I've still got my chicken. It's still sitting here. I cut it in half,
Let me switch
and
over.
I'll show what I've got. Okay. So let me know if you see this.
Yeah, you cut it in half.
Yep. Okay. And then I've got the baked beans here. Then I've
Right.
got the coleslaw.
Where is it? Where's the
Yeah.
coleslaw?
Woo.
Coleslaw right here. I don't know if you can see it, but
Oh, they put a lot of mayonnaise in there, man. They put a lot of mayo in it.
yeah, I had to buy the coleslaw today, so
You gotta.
I didn't have time to cook it. So
Give him a good
it's
ball
kind
and
of
out.
like what
Give him a good ball and out.
James was saying. If he would have came in earlier, he would have seen the stuff I was doing today. So yeah. And it was at 3:00 today. So
Oh yeah. Baked beans. Yeah, I like the New England style baked beans with the pork in it, the pork belly, the brown sugar.
yeah,
Brown
same here.
Yeah, yeah, it's a mayo slaw. Exactly. I don't like dripping, sopping goo. I like that crispy coleslaw I had at Johnny's Reef with you, Ronald. Yeah, really home style, crunchy coleslaw with a minimal amount of mayonnaise and vinegar, and just like lots of crunchy, cold, jagged cabbage shredded with the with the carrots there. Make sure you peel the carrots because carrots have a lot of real crappy looking skin. Make sure you peel it. Don't be lazy. And then mandolin it. And yeah, mayo slaw is actually accurate by Ronald Tirio.
So I love mayonnaise. I'm talking original mayonnaise.
Now,
And I'm not talking
Bush's
Whip.
Oh, not Miracle Whip stuff. No.
Yeah.
Ugh, Miracle Whip.
Oh God, I hate Miracle Whip. Oh my God, I hate it with a passion. Give me real mayonnaise any day.
That's garbage. I want real whole with egg yolks like Hellman's, or even if it is store brand. If it's like Hellman's, I want whole mayo. I don't want Miracle. Yes.
Is there there's a mayonnaise called Duke's? That's pretty good, yeah.
The Duke of Earl?
I don't know about Duke, but I know I buy my mayonnaise from Aldi's, so whatever that brand is, I think it's Bellman or Bowman. It's something like that. So yeah.
Bowman. I think
Berman
is I find Berman at Aldi's.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
It looks just like the Hellman's logo.
Berman is a good. All the Berman condiments are great. Now I bet most New Yorkers, I bet it's the best kept secret in the 5 boroughs is City Island in the Bronx, where Johnny's Reef is towards the end. I bet it's the best kept secret because a lot of people, when I mention it, they're clueless. They're clueless, except for the educated folks like Fart Doctor, people with superior brain cells. They know about City Island.
I don't think people are going to the. I don't think tourists are really going to the Bronx except for to see a Yankees game.
But it doesn't look like the Bronx, Eric. I'm telling you, it looks
really
like you can hear a pin drop in the suburbs of City Island. It's all marinas. There's a huge park. It's like you can literally just hear birds chirping, and it's really nothing like the Bronx. Hold on, Ron says. Hold on. Oh, Times Square and the rip-off restaurants in Manhattan. The Italian section. They have a better Little Italy in the Bronx than Manhattan does. They have a better Chinatown in Flushing, Queens, actually. But not the part with the graffiti, because somebody else mentioned to me they went somewhere in New York and they got disgusted by all the graffiti they saw. Which in my opinion is vandalism of public and private property. It's not artistic at all.
No.
But if you go to City Island, they have a beautiful, ultra quiet, well manicured residential area. And we went up and down the streets when I was with Ronald, and it was a really nice, quiet residential area. And there's marinas everywhere with boats, a lot of seafood restaurants. It really, I would say for New Yorkers, it's a fantastic place to bring your significant other, wife, or fiance, or girlfriend, or even somebody new you picked up alongside the road. Or somebody you scraped off the curb or something. Go to City Island. Well, you don't want to spend that much money on, unless they're a special someone.
Sure. All right. If you're still with us on the stream, cheers to the chat out there. Yeah.
Yeah. Cheers to the chat, and cheers to Ronald Tirio. The Flushing, Queens Chinatown is so much better than the Clip Joint Manhattan Chinatown. Yeah, Mott and Canal Street, Chinatown, Mott and Canal Street, and the Italian section, which is on the other side of Chinatown. I think it's Vincent Street, is a ripoff too. It's a clip joint. It's a clip. There's a lot of tourist traps. Talk about Times Square. That's a big ass tourist trap.
Yeah.
There's a Marmite beer launched by Camden Hell's Brewery. Now, that is the weirdest beer I ever heard of. No, I've heard of Hoptopus.
Marmite and Vegemite. Those are those yeast spreads.
Wait a minute, isn't Vegemite Australian thing?
Yeah, those British colonial countries, they eat those things.
Yeah. Okay.
But they add a small amount of it onto toast that I believe is already buttered. They're not just eating it. They're not just slathering a giant amount on. Mm-hmm. It's not how they're eating it, contrary to popular belief.
I have 3 big bags of English crumpets in the freezer, and too bad I don't have any more raw honey.
Ooh.
From the upstate New York. I finished it because my brother-in-law gets it for me when he goes up to hunting in his farmhouse, and he brings back a big jar, but I don't have any. But his neighbor by his farmhouse in Oneonta, New York, which is not far from Cooperstown, is he's a man that grows hops up there, and he grows hops for breweries. And that's all he grows is hops. So I find that interesting. Marmite. It almost sounds like something that'd be in a cave, like stalactite, stalagmite, marmite.
Vegemite.
Yeah, I might, or I might have Marmite.
We can make Vegemite or Marmite that's got cheese in it or something.
Berman steak sauce is, I think, almost identical, if not identical, to A1.
Steak sauce.
Yeah, but the only thing is, there's only one Lee and Perrins Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah, Worcestershire.
Yeah, Worcestershire. There's only one Lee and Perrins.
If you cook steak right, you shouldn't need steak sauce on it, for God's sake.
No,
Or A1, either way, yeah.
Maybe on a burger, maybe for a burger condiment, maybe.
Well, the problem with sauces is they're too sweet. It's too much, I guess, corn syrup or whatever they use.
If you go to these
molasses,
restaurants and you get a barbecue burger or something, it just tastes like sugar.
It's sugary. I would go for the dry rubs. If whatever dry rub you like, use it. I would go for the dry rub on everything. Now, what I did was, when I used to go ice fishing, I was up at Lake George, Lake Champlain, and I had my auger for drilling a hole. I had the guys with me, and I barbecued on the snow. It was like beginning of February. I had the grill going on the snow, and it was cherry red, and I cooked everything. The heat didn't go out. Anyway, what was I going to say?
I don't know.
I got sidetracked, like Frank.
That was quick.
Like Frank Costanza on Seinfeld.
It was a brain fart. Brain fart.
I shouldn't have mentioned the ice fishing. I got totally sidetracked. All right, upstate New York. Oneonta, Cooperstown, the guy that grows hops, hunting. Now, what the fuck? What we got a part about what I was going to say about upstate New York? Oh, gosh. Anyway.
About honey?
We're talking about steak sauce.
Oh, we're on the steak sauce. We're on the steak sauce.
And then we talked about dry rub.
Which is better to me.
I remembered. When I was barbecuing up on frozen Lake George, what I did was I brought the ground beef in a big container, and I had put the Jamaican style jerk seasoning, and I mixed it in the ground beef.
That sounds good.
And everybody raved about it. Oh my God, these hamburgers, they're fantastic. I love them. James, what is your secret? What did you do to this ground beef?
You never tell the secret.
Some people say chop meat. Yeah. No, I eventually told them much later on that, because I didn't invent the seasoning, so I can't patent anything.
Right.
So I told them I mixed Jamaican jerk seasoning dry rub into the ground beef. And I made the patties, the 8-ounce patties, because I don't like little wimpy burgers unless it's a White Castle and you got like a couple dozen, but
I love White Castle burgers, man. I swear to God, I love them.
White Castle, being that this is a food show, White Castle has fried clams.
Oh, yeah.
Fried codfish nuggets,
yes.
And fried and sweet potato French fries that people have no idea they make. They have people say, what? They have what? I says, yeah. And they're excellent. And I used to tell them 1 minute, because I learned from an Italian chef, when you're deep frying fish, particularly shellfish, 1 minute. Otherwise, it's like rubber. And let me tell you, I used to get a few bags of those White Castle fried clams, lightly fried, and the sweet potato French fries. And they have pulled pork, by the way, that people don't know. Oh, yeah. They have pulled pork sandwiches all year round at White Castle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I live in a state where there's a White Castles in abundance.
Oh, that's fantastic. And their breakfast sandwiches are not that bad, BC.
No, they're not.
Ham and egg and cheese sandwich, and their milkshakes are real creamy and rich. The White
can
Castle milkshakes. The only thing is they only have chocolate and vanilla. They don't have strawberry.
Chicken and waffle sliders. All right.
Yeah. Now for me to buy seafood in a fish market and cook and go live, I gotta be honest with you, it's expensive. That's why I was going to the sushi restaurant for all you can eat sushi and sashimi, because it's going to a buffet or an all you can eat sushi is the most affordable way to get seafood. And this is the reason why, one of the reasons why I was going, until somebody says, "Oh, you're there again. You're at the
sometimes you gotta leave that stuff behind, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, you gotta just leave it behind.
Yeah, I'm not gonna mention it no more. This is the last time.
Okay.
But the thing is, there's a reason that the reason why I was going to the same buffet, Royal Hibachi, before the pandemic is because, one, it was only about $13 all you can eat for everything you can think of for lunch, and including seafood, including sushi, including cooked fish of all kinds, and barbecued meat, and so on and so on and so on. Mongolian barbecue. All right. I was going. Now, somebody could say the same thing about me going to Royal Hibachi. They could say the same thing, but it's a value. Where am I going to get like $12.99? Where am I going to get all this food, all you can eat, for $12.99? I mean, come on. And I would go there just like I went to the sushi place. I had no breakfast, no lunch. I go there. I'm gorged. I'm stuffed. I might have a late night snack because I'm not full at dinner time because I stuffed myself. So it was a great value. Steak sauce. It's got to be good steak sauce, not too much, because if you're having a good Black Angus ribeye, aged Black Angus, you don't want to cover it up with sugary sauce.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Yeah, or A1 steak sauce, something. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, North Atlantic, where Geordie is has a lot of cod and halibut and fish like that. Salmon, or North Atlantic salmon. I don't know if you can eat. Maybe you can. I don't know if you can have codfish raw, made into sushi. I mean, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Fish from the ocean, I mean, as long as it's really fresh, I guess you could. Halibut, is fantastic. It looks like a giant fluke. It's like a 300-pound fluke. It's predatory with teeth and everything, and it's pretty big. I could go to Duck King and have really great boneless deep fried duck with special sauce and and veggies on the side and brown rice and drinking Qingdao beer. I could go live at the Duck King, and I can go live if I want at the Indian restaurant and order something, sure. But I was in the mood for fresh seafood, and I particularly wanted raw fish, sushi and sashimi. And I'm not going to go bounce around. I'm not getting discounts from these restaurants. I'm not getting free food. I'm not getting paid from YouTube for doing it. So I might as well go where I get the best bang for the buck.
Yep.
Spain, I tried monkfish. Oh, monkfish is an ugly bastard.
Yes.
They call it poor man's lobster because of the consistency. It's very chewy and but monkfish has to be stewed. It has to be cooked in some kind of sauce, tomato based, or it's like when you're cooking.
Lobster used to be the same thing. The poor people used to eat lobster all the time. And then for some reason, somehow, some way, the rich got a hold of it, and it became their food. And it's like now we gotta find something else.
Well, the
So
aristocrats, the aristocratic people used to call it, like peasant food, poor man, you're poor, people looked down on it because it looked like a bug. It was is a bottom feeding crustacean, and
yeah,
now forget it. Now only people with money can really afford to eat lobster often.
yeah,
But lobster, you got to go get it. You see, lobsters migrate like a herd of bison or caribou. It's not like crabs, which are everywhere. You go right up to the end of the pier. You can go crabbing. But even though crab meat by itself has more flavor than lobster, if it wasn't for the butter, I think lobster is kind of bland. If it wasn't for the melted butter, but lobster is still great.
It's a sweeter kind of meat.
Yeah, it's different. It's different.
Kind of flavor.
But they have to go out and look for certain things,
Yeah.
like deep sea scallops. Codfish is a deep water. Swordfish is expensive as hell because they got to go way out.
It can be. Yeah.
And you got an overhead if you have a commercial boat.
yeah.
You have
Well, James, I hate to say it, but I'm gonna take off, man.
Well, we have to take off because it's over 3 hours, and
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
I gotta do something for dinner, and I got to decompress.
Yes.
From the
Yeah,
show.
yeah. Same
All right.
All right, everybody, people in commentary, thank you for joining us. Live co-hosts, thank you for joining. It was fun.
Thank you for having me.
It was fun, and like I said before, I think your best bet is to start the raw meat on your barbecue, like right before showtime, like 5 minutes or whatever, right before.
Depending on the meat, maybe an hour at most.
Yeah, but it'll be done. Watch what happens. You'll put it on at 2 p.m. and it'll be cooked. That's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got a little ahead of myself. So yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you got. I'm telling you, it cooks fast. Plus, we want to see the beauty of the chicken cooking, the smoke kicking up, and all that.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we want to see all that, and so I think that's your best bet. Now, do you have an electrical outlet in the back somewhere?
Oh, for the deck? No, I don't. That's why I'm kind of doing it in the
You don't
house
have
now.
nowhere to plug in at all.
No.
So you would have to
Get an extension cord.
charge your phone up to 100%.
Yeah, and then do it outside, and then when it gets low, come back inside. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like every time because you're gonna get tired of being outside. So then when you come back inside, plug it in.
Yeah,
Then
exactly. Yep.
Go back outside by the grill. You unplug it. You bring it by the grill.
Yep.
You might have
exactly.
a beer out there, with the smoke in the background. And you go back in. You plug it back in. That'll work.
Yep.
That'll work. All right,
No.
all right, people. Hope Jordy has something to say. Oh yeah, Jordy, definitely. Subscribe to me too. I'm here, Progressive Discussions. Eric is
Thank you, Jordy. Appreciate it.
Massachusetts Beer Review, unless he's Thomas Metal on
Thomas Metal 75. But if you search for Masters of Beer Reviews, you'll find me just the same on the YouTube.
Yeah, as seen on the web.
Yeah.
As seen on the web, people. All right, bye, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Okay.